What is going on, everyone? Thank you for joining me here tonight. And if you're watching this live right now, first of all, thank you so much for being here. And if you're watching after the live's over, thank you for watching. And please do hit that like button. And if you feel like it, please do hit that subscribe button as well because we're getting close to 1,000 subscribers. But yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching. We've got a few things to discuss today. Not too much, but obviously the big topic today is going to be the Detroit Pistons Summer League game. It was their first game today, so we'll obviously go through, talk about that, and kind of get a good insight on what went down. Yeah, so we'll go through. I'll go through the topics first, and then we'll kind of get into it. D-Town 101, what's good, man? Yep, Abuka was phenomenal today. We're gonna get into some talk about him here in a minute because man, did he look impressive today. I'm very excited about him. So we'll get into him here in just a moment, but we'll go ahead. I'll give you guys a little rundown of what we got today for topics that I want to go through. Obviously, the Summer League roster, I just left it up there from last night. I I hope that this is. Hold on. Okay, yeah. This should be muted. If you guys, Detail 101, I know you're in here right now. Can you let me know if you can hear anything on this video? Like, if you can hear this video or any noises from it, let me know because it's supposed to be muted and I can't tell if it is or not. So if anyone can let me know if you guys can hear any background noise in that video, because when I screen recorded earlier, it kind of had some background noise. But anyway, I threw up some film up there, so we'll go through that as well. And then we also have just the box score from the game today as well. We'll talk about. Obviously, there was a couple of impressive players today that I want to go through. And then we also have obviously that we're going to talk a lot about the two rookies. Any Jalen Duran talk as well. Thank you, D Town. I appreciate it. Kali, what's good, man? Good to see you back. No sound. All right, good to hear, guys. I'm figuring this out. And then obviously we can talk a little more about the trade. Kali, I know we need to talk about this trade. I want to hear your thoughts on that with these two guys headed out. And then also I just left DeMar DeRozan in there because we talked about him a little bit last night, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts on him again if you guys want to see him here. But obviously we're going to start off, and we have to talk about this Summer League performance, which we'll start kind of just by going through. Let's go through the box score first and kind of just talk about a few players. Um, but yeah, I mean, obviously, here's the roster. I mean, I'm sure you guys probably know by now, but yeah, this was it was a pretty good game. The Pistons were down pretty much the entire game, but they battled back a few times, and there were some pretty good standout players that obviously we're gonna get into here in just a second. So, but yeah, this was our roster kind of headed in. Now we did not have everyone play today. We only had, I believe, I know Dawson Garcia did not play. I don't think he did at least, and then there might have been one or two others that didn't play as well. Um, but we might see them in the next games. I think we'll see. But going through the box score, guys, we're gonna go ahead and look at this and kind of go through who were the most outstanding players. Who were you guys most impressed by? By the way, I want to hear you guys first. I mean, for me personally, obviously Abuka, but um, Isaac Jones was phenomenal. How about that guy? North 10-6 had a great game. D-Town 101 said my boy Roddy knew he was going to be solid. Yeah, I kind of knew he would too, but I didn't think he'd go 100%. I think he was like 100% from the field, or at least he was at one point. Roddy Gale was phenomenal. That was crazy. Um, yeah, but it's a loss. Isaac Jones was playing. Yeah, he was balling, man. I was kind of watching. I didn't get to watch the whole game because I was doing something, but I was kind of watching the box score and just watching like Isaac Jones ball out. But yeah, so we'll just kind of run through the list real quick. So we'll start with Bryce Williams. He played all right. I know I don't have like I don't have like the shooting splits. So I'm gonna pull that up real quick, guys. So I'm not gonna be able to see your chats here for just a moment. But Bryce Williams, he went 1 for 5, 0 for 1 from three. He had a bunch of free throws, or he had 3 free throws. I don't even know. I don't even know how he. He also had 4 turnovers, but not really a great showing from him. But he did have 9 and 8. So outside of that, though, you go down to Isaac Jones, who had 22 and 4, and he was phenomenal. 9 of 15 from the field, 2 of 4 from three. He looks like one of our best players on the team. I know he was on our G League team last year, I'm pretty sure, but he was phenomenal. He had a nice dunk too. Um, Ugana Onyenso, he had 2 and 4 with 3 steals and a block. And yeah, you saw his defensive presence. Obviously, the offensive stats are pretty, not great looking, but honestly, like he was out there whenever he was out there, he was making an impact defensively, and that's what really impressed me. Chaz Lanier, not the greatest shooting night for him. 4 of 11, 1 of 6 from three. Wanted to see him shoot a little bit better, but he did have 12 and three. 12 points, 3 rounds. And then obviously the star of the night, Ibuka Corey with 20 and 4, and he also had 2 steals. He was great. 8 of 16 from the field, 2 of 5 from three. I'm not gonna lie, this is exactly the exact performance I expected. I expected him to go 20 points, 4 assists, 50% from the field, 40% from three. That's exactly what he did. So that was the starting five right there. Let's see what you holy crap. Let me see what you guys are saying real quick before I keep going. We got North 10-6 said Isaac Jones is playing. D-Town 101 said, I'll tell you I'm most upset with Chaz. Yeah, I think he was probably one of the more disappointing ones today. Again, this is just the first Summer League game, so we don't want to overreact too much yet. But obviously, yeah, we were kind of hoping to see him go for 15 plus with better shooting splits. I agree. A little disappointing, but Kali said I liked Jihad. Yeah, how do you even say Jihad? He was good out there too. Yeah, we'll talk about the bench here in a minute. He actually looked good. North End Sig said Stu's replacement, Ugana, 3 steals. I think so. I think he has proven himself for being that defensive menace down low, and he's looking more and more like he's going to be Stu's replacement. Detail 101 said Ugana going to take some time, but at least the defense looks promising. Yeah, offensively, I mean, we're not really expecting anything from him. I think if you want, I mean, he's probably a pretty good lob threat, but defensively, he looks like he could be like a phenomenal defender. Like he has all the intangibles for defense. And honestly, I think his offense is going to grow with time. But yeah, North End 6 said facts he's got to develop. Yep. D10 101 said for sure. North End 6 said Roddy Gale Jr. to get 10 and 11 minutes. Yeah, that is crazy. He had 11 minutes. And also, let me check his stats here in a sec. D10 101 also said Abuka definitely should have had like 8 assists as well. Oh, yeah, I'll talk about that in a sec too. Let's just finish up this box score real quick. So we also had Jihad had 10, 3, 2 blocks and a steal. He like Kali said, dude. He honestly, his presence out there was crazy. Like when he was in the game, you could tell he looked really nice. 4 or 5 from the field as well. Henley had not as good of a game as I thought he would, but he had 4 and 2 with 2 of 4 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3. Drake Allen had 4, 3 and 4 as well. He went 1 of 2 from the field, 0 of 1 from 3. And then Roddy Gale, 10 points, 2 rebounds, and a block. 4 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3. Phenomenal performance from him. I hope we give him more minutes, because I'm not sure why the hell he's only getting 12 minutes when he's playing like that. That's going to be on the coaching. But he was damn near perfect tonight. He was definitely one of the most outstanding players, I would say. And then Corey Stevenson, over 2, 0 for 1 from 3. It was not really what I hoped from him. And then Mitchell, Crowell, Thomas did not play. So yeah, that's what the box score is looking like there. We'll go ahead. Let me see what you guys are saying. North End Sig said he's a Mitchell Robinson type player. That's exactly what I was going to say too. I didn't say it a minute ago, but I was going to say he reminds me so much of Mitchell Robinson. D10-101 said not related to Summer League, but did you hear about the 2-way signing we scooped? Elijah Harkless, dude, looks legit, but again, another guard. I did not actually see that. I have not looked yet, but I will take a look and look at maybe some film, see what he looks like. But yeah, thanks for letting me know, D-Town. I have not seen that yet. Troy was good, man. Good to see you back. He said Tigers won again. Yes, sir, dude. I just seen that a little bit ago. I think it was like 4-1. Was it? Where'd it go? 4-1, yeah. Another win, man. Like I said, we were talking about it last night. It looks like they're going to make that comeback just like they have before and hopefully make the playoffs. I mean, they're in a pretty weak division too, so I think they should make it. Yep, Kali said Tigers won nice. Yeah, they're back, man. Tigers are they're getting back in it. So we're looking good. Nothing 6 said harmless off where'd he go? Harkless off the Jazz. Okay. Sounds good. But yeah, so overall thoughts though. We'll talk about just my overall thoughts on the whole team. I thought we played well. Obviously disappointing we lost. It's not like it matters. It's summer league, but obviously I kind of thought the summer league team would be a little bit better. Now I will say this though about Philadelphia, they looked really good. They had some shooters in there. Obviously, Labaran Philon, I think is how you say his last name. Philon. He was pretty damn good. He had like 18. Um, who's that guy that was just shooting lights out? I can just pull it up. Um, Maddox, he was shooting lights out, and then also Jonai Barum was very good as well. I remember him in his Auburn days, but yeah, it was a battle. It really was. Yeah, Kali said harmless. Detail 101 said it's spelled heartless. Yeah, I'll have to take a look at that guy. But yeah, I think overall, I want to say this about Abuka Corey's performance. So I'll pull up here. I threw some highlights in there for you guys if you guys want to take a look. I'm sure you guys probably have seen it already, some of you guys. But Abuka Corey was phenomenal today. He was exactly what I thought he was going to be. Um, I kind of figured he'd go for about 20, and he did. So I appreciated that from him. But he honestly could have had even more stats. He was doing a very good job of. A lot of people were criticizing him for not passing the ball enough. He did a great job of dispersing, which I appreciate. A lot of people were complaining. I was like, you know what? I kind of do want to see him. I want to see what he can do. Like if he can be a backup point guard for us, like not just a shooting guard, then that's perfect, right? Because to me, like he could take so much pressure off Cade if he can pass the ball too. So he was really focused on passing today, and honestly, like I said, I appreciate him for doing that. Um, Obviously, not just being a ball hog, because at Stanford he averaged 23 a game. So he was looking for the open guy and passing the ball out, which is nice. That's good to see. But I honestly do also agree that I think he should just be taking more shots. Little flex there, I like that. But he should be taking more shots. Being as good as he is and as good of a scorer as he is, he should be taking more shots. So I'm hoping to see him be a little more aggressive next game because the way he was playing, he needs to just shoot the ball more. Troy said Ibuka looked good. He looked like he's got an NBA ready shot from three. Good arc. Yeah, I noticed that too. He's got a good arc on his three, and that's going to help him a lot when it comes to going up against taller comp. And I'll say this: I know he's shorter. I know Troy. You've always said he's too short. I always, I'm not like a huge like, oh, he's too short. He can't play in the NBA. I've never really been like that. But obviously, like taking an undersized guard is always a risk. But obviously, with this guy, I kind of knew he'd probably be fine and translate pretty well. Um, but honestly, he plays like he's like 6'4" or 6'5". Like you would not even be able to tell he's 6'1". Like yeah, I mean he might look 6'1". The dude plays like he's 6'4", 6'5". He looks really good. North End 6 said I cared about this game, but I don't because it's first game. I'm waiting on back to back for real. That's when I hope to see the team work more together. I 100% agree. I think the first game was kind of just getting the rhythm together, and then after that, like now it's gonna be. Hopefully we see them kind of evolve a little bit more. Uh, and North End also said he fucks with it. Kali said he's a shoot first guard. That's what he was in college. Yeah, that's exactly what he was in college. That's why he averaged 23 a game. But I do like seeing him kind of disperse and not, just be a ball hog and pass the ball more. But I will say I want him to shoot a little bit more next game. I want to see 20 shots from him. I want to see him go like 10 for 20, drop 25 points. You know what I mean? So I think I do like seeing him play unselfish and pass the ball, spread it out, and kind of keep the offense moving. But again, he could have had like 8 to 10 assists if like some of these guys would have been hitting shots like Chaz Lanier. But it was he needs to take a few more. He needs to take more shots for sure. Shoot the ball a little bit more. So we'll see if he can get back into that. D-Town 101 said some of his passes were absolute rockets and on the money. Dude's got an extremely high IQ and excellent court vision. That is very true. D-Town 101 also said, honestly would love to eventually see Cade play off ball and Buka feed everyone, but still has the speed to rip it to the rim or shoot. Yeah, I think a lot of people want to see Cade play a little bit more off ball. Like obviously he's one of the best passers in the league, but like he does have a lot of turnovers, so I do get that. But yeah, I think he does need to. I think I would love to see those two play alongside of each other. Cade and Abuka, I think would be sick. But honestly, my overall thoughts on Abuka Corey, he looked phenomenal to me today. I'll give him an A- on his performance. because obviously, I mean, an A is like, A plus is Roddy Gale. I mean, he came in and put 10 points up in 11 minutes with 100% shooting, but for Ibuka, obviously, could have played a little bit better. Like, maybe he could have hit one more three. Maybe he could have taken a couple more shots. But overall, like he was damn near perfect today. He looked really good. North 10-6 said he just got a little more muscle, yeah, for sure. Um, North 10-Sig said DeRozan wouldn't be bad. I'm guessing you meant DeRozan wouldn't be bad because he can slow the game down. 100% agree. North 10-Sig also said what they need to bring my goat. Are you talking about Kyrie? I'm assuming. I think that you're the one that really liked Kyrie because that's my goat too. Um, but yeah, Troy said I want Gale on the roster. I hope he gets a two-way, Troy. He deserves it, I think. Depending on how the rest of the summer league goes, I think he deserves it. Because to me, he's one of those players that you put in, he's going to make an impact. Kind of like Ron Holland. Like you throw in Ron Holland, he's going to make an impact on defense. And on offense, he can score. But Roddy Gale's a better shooter than what Ron is for sure. Um, North 10-6 said I got to give Ibuka B plus. That's a fair ranking. I wouldn't go any lower than that though. But yeah, I'd give him like A minus B plus. North 10-6 also said Peterson came out ready. Are you talking probably Darren Peterson? Yeah, Darren Peterson he's been insane this summer league, like ridiculously good. Arc 7 Angel, good to see you back, man. How you doing? You said told you, yeah. Yep, you did. I was my predictions were for Corey was basically exactly what he got. It was like 20-4, 40% from three, 50% from the field. He did exactly what I thought he would, and he looked good out there today. Like he was playing better than what most 19-year-old rookies would be playing. Like he looked really good. He looked like a first round pick today. That is for sure. Troy also said LeBaron looked cold too. Yeah, that's part of the reason why I wanted LeBaron. I think he finished with 18 points. Yeah, he looked tough too. Like Philly's got a really good team, man. Like not much depth, but like if you had him, like their bench right now is him, um, Anthony Simons, and who's the other fucker they have? But yeah, I think overall, man, I really like what I seen from Abuka. He was good. North 6 said I feel like Abuka came out a little slow because he was passing the ball to the Jones dude. Yeah, that's a good point. Like I said, I would like to see him be a little tiny bit more aggressive in his next game. So hopefully he is. I think that yeah, he definitely was kind of like, which I like seeing him not be just be unselfish, pass the ball, but I would like to see him maybe take it a little bit more, um, and just score a little bit more. D-Town 101 said Cade, Ron, Asar, and Green all sitting courtside. No Duran in sight. Yeah, we'll talk about Duran here in a little bit. I mean, there's really not much to say other than the fact that he's still not re-signed yet. No idea what's going on there. North 10-6 said because he's been around the team, I guess that's why. Um, oh, are you talking about? You might be talking about the Jones dude. Arc 7 Angel said at Troy, no, he didn't. The guy shot 6 of 19. I didn't see that he shot. I'm assuming you're talking about filling. Yeah, 6 of 19. 4 of 10 from three though is pretty good. I'll say that. But yeah, 6 of 19 is pretty rough. But 4 of 10 from three, 3 point wise, he looks pretty damn good. North 10-6 said everybody ain't playing in Philadelphia. Damn right. Troy said, "What's up, Arc?" They had some good conversations going last night. Arc 7 Angel also said, "Is people's idea of a good player inefficient, out of control jackers?" Well, there are a lot of good players that are that play style where they just throw the ball up in the air. I mean, look like Carmelo Anthony. Like there's many players that are good like that, but yeah, I mean, 6 of 19 is not good, but 4 of 10 from three for a rookie in his debut, you got to give him credit there. But Abuka was definitely a little more impressive to me than what LeBron was today. Kali said he still looked good, passed the eye test. Yeah, I'm assuming you're probably either talking about Abuka or Labarin, but both of them I think to me looked good. But Abuka definitely a little more efficient and better. North End Sig said, but as I think the coach probably wanted him to do that, I got him going for 25 next game or just a better game and efficient. Yeah, I think 25 is probably right where I have it. I think he's going to go for 24 and 5 assists, maybe like 2 steals. And I'll go like 3 of 5, 3 of 6 from three, and then probably like, I don't know, 10 of 20 from the field, somewhere around that. I think he'll have another good, efficient game, hopefully. He seems to be really efficient. Arc 7 Angel said he passed the eye test for guys who don't know what they're looking at. Carmelo was efficient. He was efficient for most of his career. I mean, you're also talking about a rookie who's Arc. You're talking about a rookie who definitely was, um, coming into his first summer league game, knowing like he's going to probably be getting a majority of the shots. So obviously, taking 20 shots, only hitting like 6 of them is not ideal. But I think again, 4 of 10 from three that's pretty solid for a rookie in his first game. Um, but yeah, I think he passed the eye test in terms of um, his effort and his how many. Let me see how many turnovers he had. Did he have a lot of turnovers? He had 3 turnovers. Yeah, that's not great. He had a positive plus minus 7 assists though too. You got to give him credit there. 7 assists is pretty good in a summer league game. But yeah, I mean 6 of 19 is definitely not amazing. I just think for a rookie in his debut that he wasn't terrible. I think he'll end up being good. Is all I'm trying to say really. North End Six said I feel like we already was going to keep surrendering, just seeing who want to come over. Yeah, I think so. North End Six said Abuka is going to eat off the pick and roll. Yeah, he will. With that speed and that quickness, I think that's pretty unfair. He's going to be like you saw him today. I mean, I'll throw the highlights back up one more time. Like just look at the speed in this clip right here. The way he just attacks the rim, it's almost impossible to. And if you get in the way of him, he's just going to draw an and one. Like he's so quick and like elusive and just knows where to put the ball and like um, how to finish. So. Arc 7 Angels said exactly my point. Philin is a good prospect, but he did not play a good game. Yeah, I guess I would say he played like a yeah, yeah. I mean, good game. Good game standards is probably better than 6 of 19, right, Arc? So I think I will say 4 of 10. I think he played good in a couple different aspects. I think overall shooting he did not play good. 6 of 19 isn't good, but honestly, um, overall I think he played a pretty solid. I'll say solid game for a first game rookie. I'd give him like a C plus or B minus probably. But yeah, obviously, like if his next 3 games are like the same efficiency, then yeah, that's not a good look for him. But for a rookie in his first game, I mean, I'll give him a little slack. But 6 of 19, yeah, that's not amazing. Um, North 10-6 said I see throwing lobs too. Yeah, I agree. Troy said Lab was doing really beautiful passes and Broom looked nice too. Broom did look really good. He was destroying our front court. And I remember Broom when he was in Auburn, and he was super good there. But yeah, he was absolutely demolishing our front court today. Like it was ridiculous. Um, but yeah, D-Town 101 said Phelan definitely wanted to showcase his game. Yeah, I don't really think he was. I think he knew coming in that he was going to be like the main guy, obviously being the 76ers first round pick. He was kind of trying to showcase what he was able to do. Didn't shoot the best, but overall had a nice, pretty good 3-point shooting day, and I think honestly was solid. He looked solid. Just had a bad rough stretch there where he couldn't hit a shot. But 10-6, I just watched him. He is a great steal for the Pistons. Absolutely. Been saying we good. Marcus Sasser was doing the same thing in summer league for real. Yeah, he was. I mean, if I don't know if you guys remember, Marcus Sasser dropped fucking 40 points in a summer league game. Which again, I mean, he started the game like 3 for 14, and then ended up going 14 for 14 the rest of the game. Like, I don't see Abuka or Corey taking over 20 shots. I mean, maybe. I'd like to, I mean, honestly, I'd love to see him take, I mean, how many would that be? 28 shots? I mean, if he took 28 shots, he's probably hitting 13 or 14 of them, which is equivalent to over 30. But yeah, I mean, Marcus Sasser just like, I don't know what that game was. He dropped 40. And that's why I always said Sasser would could have been a pretty damn good player. But obviously, on if you're just jacking up shots, you're not hitting them, then yeah. But he got hot and just went like 14 to 14 from the field at one point. And like obviously, that'll probably never happen in summer league again. So we'll see. North End Six, and I'm waiting on this back to back. Yeah, that's what I was looking forward to too. Like this game was just a good first insight on some players, but I think the back to back, what is it, Sunday and Monday? That's what I'm really looking forward to. Aaron, good to see you back, man. He said Michael Porter Jr. will likely be traded before the season if he can't come to an agreement on a contract extension with the Nets, per New York Post. Lewis, wow, okay, interesting. I mean, just to know that he's obviously still available to trade for is good. I would love to still get MPJ. Obviously, you'd probably have to give up a lot, but still, I still think we could use one more good stud player that can create from anywhere instead of just spot up shooters. Um, Aaron also said, I wonder if MPJ will become an option again. He probably will, more than likely. Solo Ace, good to see you back, man. He said Abuka Corey next up. Damn right. Let me throw those highlights back up one more time. He looked hella good last night. He was balling. Or sorry, not last night. A couple hours ago. He was balling. Very efficient. 40%. 40% from three, 50% from the field, 4 assists. Probably could have had like 8 assists if some of these guys could shoot. And he was being very generous, very unselfish, and I appreciated that. Obviously, for a guy who's mostly a scorer, he was really good, and he was looking to feed his teammates too. So he was just an all around offensive player tonight, and I liked what I saw from him. D-Town 101 said, "Are we still happy with the Abuka pick over Carr so far?" We'll see. I think right now I'm kind of in between. I really wanted Cam Carr, but overall, I think Abuka could end up being better down the road and maybe a better fit. We'll see. I really wanted Kim Carr, but I think right now Abuka's just as good. Like he looks just as good to me. So yeah, I would say he's about the same. It'd be fine. Solo Ace said, I hope so. We still need that dog power forward that can put the ball in the bucket. Yep. Yeah, that's why I want MPJ. Dude can score from anywhere. Y2 Chris, good to see you back, man. He said, Abuka said he hates losing. That's a good mentality to have on this team. I'll say that. North End Sig said, no, I feel like we would trade them draft picks for MPJ. I fuck with his passing. Yeah, we'd probably give up like 3 first-rounders and then maybe a couple players. Players would include maybe something along the lines of like Gary Harris and like, I don't know. We already traded Karras, who was like our number 1 trade bait guy, which I mean he wasn't really worth much, but so it might cost you 4 first-round picks. Who knows? Let's go back to the box score here. Arc7 Angel said, nah, Corey showed exactly why his game is pro ready. 20 points on 50% from the floor with a 4-to-1 assist to turnover ratio is what translates. Damn right. And to do that in your first game is a lot more impressive. So if he continues that the rest of the summer league, then yeah, we're looking at a potential stud next to Cade. Troy said they still taxing for MPJ, so be ready to give up a haul. Yep, probably 4 first-rounders. Probably. The Nets are stingy, man. North End 6 said just can't wait till he passes it to them shooters. Yeah. Yeah, when he has actual offensive players in rather than just summer league guys, yeah. Aaron said everyone is asking who our shooting guard of the future is, but I've been wondering if the answer is Cade one day with Corey as our point guard. It could be. I don't mind that. I think that given a year or two, if a Corey develops a lot this year, and shows us that he can start next year, then so be it. I doubt he'll start as a rookie, but like yeah, I mean, given 2-3 years, like I hope that he pans out and ends up being that stud guy next to Cade. To me, Abuka reminds me so much of Dennis Schroeder, who we had in the team last year, and honestly, he looks like a little bit better than Schroeder. Like he can play defense a little better, and maybe score a little bit more. But like honestly, there's a lot of similarities to Schroeder, maybe even a better shooter. Aaron said, uh, those two will finish games this year at some point. Definitely agree. North End Six said you overpaying. It wouldn't be. Aaron said it wouldn't be four first round picks for MPJ, three at the very most. I disagree, guys. I think if you guys heard what the trade talks were at the trade deadline, they were asking for at least four first round picks. Do I think it'll be four? Depends if we throw in a player or two, or if we throw in a couple first round swaps, second round picks. It's gonna be, I think, at minimum three first round picks to get them. Could you get them for two? Possibly. I think, but the thing is, that the Nets haven't traded MPJ for a reason. I think they really like him as a player, and honestly, I don't know if I don't know if they'd be willing to give him up. But I guess also if who said it said Mike Porter Jr. will likely be traded, and they can't come to an agreement. So I guess if they can't come to an agreement, that might lower his price. So I do agree. But yeah. Norton Six said they're gonna have a losing season. Obviously, yeah. Aaron said it, but I think something like two first round picks along with good players like Jenkins or Duncan or maybe Ron. Yeah, okay. I'll say this: if we give up Ron Jenkins and then two first rounders, that'd be enough. I would agree with that because those are two pretty valuable players. Um, Even Duncan, if you give up him too, yeah, I'd agree. And honestly, guys, as much as I hate to say it, like I think Jenkins could be on the trade block. And I don't know how I feel about that because he did just play for us like this past year and proved like everyone loves the guy. I want to at least wait till trade deadline to move on from him because if he, obviously after we sign him, I don't know how well he's gonna play. But if he can be good, like again, cheap guy that like I really want to see on this team. But again, like if Ibuka is gonna take his spot, then Kali said, I heard the Kawhi Leonard trade got canceled because of an investigation. I did hear that too, and that's very interesting. I honestly have no idea what's going to come out of that. We'll see. But yeah, honestly, you guys, I did hear about that though. That's very interesting. I wonder what goes on with that. Arc Seven Angel said Corey is a better player than Carr. Carr was basically just a more athletic version of what we already had prior to drafting Corey. Another wing who needs offense created for him. Corey is a better fit for us because Cam Carr is not as good of a scorer as what Ibuka is. Ibuka can score from all three levels. Carr is a really good shooter and can take it to the rim, obviously. But Ibuka's bag is so much better and better fit for us because we need one more guy that can, do what Cade Cunningham does, where he can just score from any spot on the floor and can do tons of moves, stuff like that. North End Six said you ain't gonna compare him with Dennis. I am going to, play style wise. I'm not saying career wise or player wise. And Dennis, don't disrespect Dennis Schroeder, man. He had a pretty damn good career he before he destroyed his career by not taking that deal with the Lakers. Dennis Schroeder's a good player though. I mean, I know he's more of like a backup guy, but I mean, I think they're very similar. Um, I think, like I said, I think he's a better version of Dennis. I just think they have similar traits. North End Six said what Jaylen Brown went for, two first rounders. Paul George is, I mean, not an all star anymore, but like pretty high valuable name. Two first round picks and then two first round swaps. That is very true, I guess. But also, I mean, let's be honest, North End Six, that was like a terrible trade, the Jaylen Brown trade. That was just god awful. Aaron said, yeah, the problem is all these bad teams don't want to trade their good players anymore, which, because of the tanking rules, they want to be good now, which dries up the trade market. Damn right. It's kind of what I'm thinking too. North End Sig said MPJ maybe a little more. They ain't gonna want Jenkins. They have a lot of guards. They do have a lot of guards. Arc 7 Angel said Corey is better than Jenkins too. Yeah, I would agree with that. At least he has more potential, I'd say. Arc 7 Angel also said, yeah, the Kawhi trade's not actually canceled. I don't know if we said that. Yeah, it's not fully canceled. It's just under investigation, but it could be canceled. North End Six said Ron and Duncan first and seconds. I don't want to give up Ron. That's the thing. I like his potential too much, and I also don't think that Trajan Langdon would be willing to give him up. But yeah, I give up two or three first rounders for MPJ. Why not? Aaron said, yeah, the writing's on the wall for Jenkins. I like him, but I just don't see how both get minutes at backup point guard unless Jenkins plays more shooting guard or something. Well, yeah, and the other thing you have to deal with is the fact that you have Duncan Robinson and Isaiah Joe. So one of those two will probably start. Let's say it's Duncan Robinson, then you have Isaiah Joe, who's probably gonna be playing the three, and then you'd have Ron Holland at the four, and then Paul Reed at the five. I don't know. Um, Aaron also said Okori's ceiling is so much higher. I've been super high on him for months now. Langdon knows what he has. Yep, without a doubt. I think Langdon was very excited about this pick. Detail 101 said we ain't trading for anyone. Trajan not gonna mortgage. The only appealing player we have to even hold on to in trade value is Duncan because we know Holland isn't going anywhere. I agree. I don't think Holland's going anywhere. Kali said, "Thank you, Kyle. Don't disrespect Dennis." Yeah, I'm a big Dennis guy. I like him. Did he disappear a little bit after we signed him? Yes, but he did have a couple good playoff games that honestly I think you give him one more. It was his first time in the playoffs. You give him one more year, I could really see him being an absolute dog. Dennis Jenkins is also 6'4", 6'5", I think is what Detail 101 is saying. Yeah, he's got pretty good size, decent defender, and he's honestly a pretty good shooter. He's very streaky. That's the one thing I want to see him work on is kind of get more consistent, but an elite passer. North End 6 that I fuck with Dennis, but you tripping? Nah, man, I'm gonna stand on. I'm gonna stand on saying that uh, Abuka Okori is a better version of Dennis Jenkins or of Dennis Schroeder, an upgraded version. I think a little bit better version of Dennis Schroeder, like a starting worthy Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder isn't really a starter in my eyes, or maybe he was when he was a little younger, but um. Arc 7 Angel said, I wouldn't be surprised to see a Corey starting this season. Trajan thinks he's an absolute star, and I agree. Yeah, I mean, start of the year, he's not going to start. Come end of the season, we'll see. It depends on how he plays, guys. It really does. If he comes out this season and is just shooting lights out, like if he's shooting 40% from three and can score from anywhere on the court, yes. But I also think what they're going to want to do is have him off the bench and kind of alter him and Cade's minutes while also playing them together, because you want to have at least one shot creator on the team at all times, right? So if you take Cade out, you're gonna have Ibuka in because you want to have a guy that can score from anywhere on the court. You don't just want a bunch of spot up shooters. Nothing's gonna happen. Aaron said, "Yeah, I really like a Corey Ron Reed off the bench. I agree. I like Paul Reed finally getting minutes. I'm excited for that." Aaron also said, yeah, plus Cade minutes at shooting guard. It's a good problem to have, but that's why I say it's likely Jenkins as the odd man out. Yeah, it kind of is at this point because we know Trajan's got a crush on Abuka Corey. And then you add in Isaiah Joe in there, right? So, I mean, again, I think the lineup of Dennis, Abuka, Isaiah Joe, Ron Holland, and Paul Reed off the bench, honestly, I really like that lineup, so I'm fine with it. But yeah, I mean, I see what you mean. Um, Arc 7 Angel said, I honestly believe that Corey is your day one starter. Wow, here's the thing. I would agree with you, but being a championship caliber team, or at least a playoff contender team, you don't usually start rookies. You don't usually do that. That's why I'll disagree. But I will say, like, if we were like, I don't know, not really like a playoff team this past year, I could see it. But I just honestly don't think, at least for the start of day one, I do not see us starting a rookie. I just don't see it happening. Come end of the year, I definitely think that a Corey could be starting. I don't think it'll happen, but it definitely could. My guy Kali said, hit the like button, guys. Yes, please do hit the like button if you're watching right now. And if you feel like it, please do hit that subscribe button. Closing in on 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys for being here tonight. We're already 42 minutes in. Wow. Great conversation so far. North End 6 at a Corey gonna play 14, 17 minutes. Can't wait till JB gets his hands on him. Yeah, watching Corey play like 5 minutes per game this year, like what he did with. Basically, I mean, Ron played pretty well. Like he had some good minutes in the regular season, but I just hope. My biggest fear with this draft pick was that we were gonna misuse him how we did with Sasser, because I think Sasser deserved a little bit more minutes than what he got in his career. And then you look in the playoff rotations too. JB just was not playing any of those guys, so I hope that he gets for me. I think a Corey deserves at least 20 minutes per game. I'm hoping for 25. Aaron said the other problem is Jenkins has one more year at 4 million, and he will likely get much more in his next contract. Corey is a 4-year rookie deal, 4 million per year. The writing's on the wall. Good point. We'll probably keep Jenkins for one more year. Maybe trade him because get value for him. I guess we'll see. I would rather just see how Jenkins does this season, keep him, and if by trade deadline, if he's not really performing at the high standards that we want him to be, then see what you can get out of him. Oh, I gotta scroll up. Um, North End Six said, "I can't believe this shit. This disrespect." You got it. Are you talking about the? Are you talking about my take on Dennis Schroeder? D-Town 101 said, yeah, good call and alternating him and Katie. I agree. Thank you, D-Town. I appreciate that. I think that would be smart to do, to kind of alternate them in, but also play them alongside each other a lot. Arc 7 Angel said, if you could just slide to the one when Cade is out, becomes the backup one if he starts. That also allows the Pistons to lessen Cade's minutes. Yeah, it does. Cade can get a lot more of a breather. And yes, when him and Cade, yeah, like you said, he slides to the one when Cade's out. Becomes the backup one if he starts. I like that. Arc 7 Angel also said championship teams play the best players, whether he's a rookie or not. Very true. But again, I don't see a rookie starting day one. By the end of the year, yeah, he will. Yeah, D-Town 101 said, yeah, maybe if he was a lottery pick. Yeah, maybe. And even at that, honestly, guys, like with the Oklahoma City Thunder, like, would they start Darren Peterson? Probably, right? Because I mean that's like a top two pick. But like, would the Oklahoma City Thunder start Ibuka, Corey, or even like the Spurs? Did the Spurs start a rookie this year? I don't think they did. Or did they? Did they start Dylan Harper? So maybe, but I don't know if Dylan Harper started the whole year. But again, that's you're comparing a top three pick to a top 17 pick. So yeah, I agree. If he was a lottery pick. Aaron said, Corey just turned 19. He's going to have to earn it for sure. I don't think he starts day one. I think it's still possible. Jenkins over him day one. I agree. He's a rookie. He's 19. He's going to have to earn it and prove himself. He won't start day one, maybe by the end of the year. Aaron also said, end of the year, I think he will be a big part of our rotation. Agreed. North 10-6 that I got a Buka with over 15 to 20 starts. Whew. I don't mind that. I hope by the end of the season he's our starter, guys. Because honestly, we do need another shot creator, right? North End 6 of the roster is different. Sure is. A lot more shooters. Biggs, what's good, man? You said Chaz going to be the Gatorade League. Buka taking all that clock. Yeah. Chaz Lanier, bye-bye. You don't really have a spot on this team. He's just going to be a G Leaguer this year, and then after that, I mean, we'll probably just end up dropping him or waiving him. But I like Chaz, too. I like his potential, but we just have too many players at his position now that are better. It's sad to say, but yes. He is going to be in the Gatorade League. D-Town 101 said, Chaz better learn Chinese. Yeah, he better start taking some lessons on, what's that shit called? Like Duolingo. But yeah. Arc 7 Angels said, wait, did Duolingo, am I thinking of the right thing? Did Duolingo like shut down? I think I'm thinking of the wrong thing. But yeah, he does need to learn some Chinese soon, because he's probably going to be playing overseas pretty soon. Arc 7 Angel said, what does him being a lottery pick have to do with anything if leadership believes he got a star? He's playing. Well, Arc, I mean, I'll agree. Like, yeah, if he deserves a start, he'll start. But again, I don't think he will be ready. He has to earn his spot, and he hasn't earned it yet. You're not going to earn it in the summer league. And again, I agree that I think by the end of the season, very good chance he starts. But I just don't see him. They're gonna put Danis over him first. I think. I know. Trajan really does like him a lot, but again, he has to earn it. And being a top pick does matter a little bit more when it comes to not experience, but just talent, I guess. And also being a shittier team helps too, right? Because the shittier teams are going to start their rookies and get them to get the experience. So we'll see. North End 6 said, I fuck with them getting 20 minutes, but the roster is so much talent. Yeah, I was talking about the Dennis take, but we have our reason. Yeah, no, it's fair. We'll have to. I mean, like I said, North End saying no disrespect to Buka. I think he's better than what Dennis Schroeder will be. I think he has way more potential. I just think player wise, the way they play the game, I think it's similar. Other than I think he'll have a better career. Hopefully. Aaron said even Dylan Harper as a rookie last year couldn't start and was awesome. He was awesome as the second pick in the draft. Yeah, he was second pick in the draft. You're right. Fox and Castle started. Yeah, again, and that's what happens on championship caliber teams, right? Rookies don't just come in and play right away. You got to earn that shit. And but yeah, Arcs and Angel said at North End Sig, this team doesn't have two guards better than a Corey on the team. I'll agree with that. I like a Corey a lot. I would say, yeah, you're looking at Cade obviously, and then I don't really know if there's another guard better. I mean, like again, you're looking at like player wise, Okori's way more talented than guys like Duncan Robinson, Isaiah Joe, but shooting wise, not quite, right? North End Six at Spurs got two rookies. Arsenal Angels said Dylan Harper couldn't start on a team that had better guards than the Pistons. Do better. Um, had better guards. Well, again, you're looking at De'Aaron Fox, who was dog shit. Obviously more experienced, but he was terrible by the end of the year. And then you're also looking at Stephon Castle, who was really good, but not a great shooter. Um, he had a good year though. I really like Stephon Castle. But again, I mean, Dylan Harper didn't start because the Spurs had a lot of, like you said, a lot of talent because they were a championship caliber team. Like I said, championship caliber teams are less likely to start rookies day one. Come end of the season, rookies can be starting if they've proved themselves, which I think Ibuka will. Um, Aaron said Dylan Harper was better than Fox, especially in the playoffs, and still didn't start. Yeah, he was way better than what Fox was in the playoffs. Fox was terrible in the playoffs, and Harper deserved more minutes because he was balling. North and Six said Angel, I agree, but he a rookie, but I'm high on him. We got more rotation potential players. Yeah, well, we have more shooters. Corey's not the greatest three shooter, so that's one thing. But also, yeah, I don't know. I just think it experience wise, right? Aaron said Harper was arguably the best player in the finals. I agree. He was honestly almost better than Wemby was, I'd say. Harper was insane in the finals. He was almost carrying. And then Aaron also said Duncan as our starting shooting guard won us 60 games, and Isaiah Joe is really. I actually like Isaiah Joe even more than Duncan, by the way. Corey's not coming in and just starting over two guys like that until he proves it. Damn right. Biggs said I feel like Ibuka horsed him for them touches. Chaz ain't that aggressive. Yeah, he really. Chaz Lanier should be more aggressive. But yeah, Ibuka was just dusting him, dude. Arc7 Angel said, and I'm stating that he will earn it because he's better than every guard on the Pistons not named Cunningham. I agree. I think by the end of the year, he will earn it. Hopefully. North End 6 said I wouldn't say that because Austin Reeves. I'm not sure what. I'm not sure which chat you're responding to there. Detail 101 said Aaron knows ball. Yeah, Aaron does know ball, guys. Like exactly what he said with the whole thing with Isaiah Joe and Duncan with that experience and shooting after winning 60 games too with Duncan. Yeah, I mean, he's not just going to come in and start over those two guys. By the end of the year, if he's playing better and earns it, yeah. Because again, like what Ark is saying, guys, like just because you're a rookie doesn't mean you can't start. A lot of teams don't like starting rookies, but like if he earns it, right? You know what I mean? Big said Isaiah Joe better than Duncan. I agree, guys. He's a better defender, honestly, a better shooter, a little bit better of a scorer, better rebounder, I'm sure too. So I agree. Ethan, good to see you back, man. He said, yes, we had to keep Jalen Duren as well, otherwise we'll be in trouble. Absolutely. Jalen Duren needs to lock in. Aaron said also if you start a Corey and Cade, you are taking minutes away from really quality players like Duncan and Joe. Those guys are going to be big parts of our rotation. Well, here's what I'm saying, guys. Aaron, thank you for that. So what I'm saying is you want to Buke off the bench anyway because yes, you want to play him and Cade together here and there, but you want one of those two guys on the court at all times. If Cade's off the court, I want Buke on the court because both of those two guys are so good when it comes to scoring the ball, not just shooting, scoring. So you want to have Duncan Robinson starting maybe, and then off the bench you're gonna have Ibuka with Isaiah Joe. Perfect replacement. That's why I also think that Ibuka should come off the bench. Aaron also said if we traded Duncan in a package for another position, I would understand it more. Yeah, I'd agree too. If we traded him for and then started Joe maybe, or if we traded him for a starter. Detail 101 said, I only want to keep Duren if he starts Ozempic. Yeah, I want to keep Duren though. Arson Angel said at Aaron, Duncan was nothing but a one-dimensional role player who got exploited frequently, just another role player. Good role player, but again, good floor spacer and good shooter and more experience. Pretty good passer too, but and like I said, I like Isaiah Joe a little more than Duncan player-wise, but Aaron said he disagrees on Duncan. He was awesome for us, not just shooting too, but he was great putting the ball on the floor and making the right read. He did a lot for us. He's our best shooter. Yeah, he didn't have a great season for us, but definitely experience wise and like shooting wise, probably. D-Town 101 said, I definitely think if there is a move, it will definitely involve Duncan, but still doubtful. I don't know, guys. I really want to keep Duncan. I really do. But if we were to move on from him, I would understand it, especially if we upgrade at the shooting guard spot. Oh, I'm trying to keep up with you guys. You guys are going crazy in there. Aaron said on a team where we desperately need spacing in the lineup, another reason Corey won't start. Corey isn't shooting 40% from three right out the gates. Agreed. And then Aaron also said D-Town 101. He's a good player and his contract is not fully guaranteed, so I think he's a prime target for us to move. He has good value because of that contract. Agreed. Arc 7 Angel said Duncan Robinson starting was an indictment on the lack of talent on this team. As I said, Pistons fans got attached to the role players like no other. I'd agree, Arc. I think that he should have been cut off the bench to begin with. But that's why I want Isaiah Joe starting anyway. But again, with Isaiah Joe on the team now too, you have to have that floor spacing. But Duncan was starting because of his floor spacing. Now, if a Corey was on this team last year, would he have started over Duncan? I still don't think so, just because of that experience and because of that floor spacing. But yeah. North End 6 said, what about Kevin Huerter? He's got defense. I hope Huerter gets some minutes this year. He deserves it. Arc 7 Angel said, who cares if Duncan and Joe lose minutes? It's because they got outplayed. Agreed. D-Town 101 agrees with Aaron. Aaron also said at Arc, I'm not disagreeing with you that a Corey has potential. I do think he will eventually establish himself as our second best guard. Agreed, guys. We can all agree with that. I'm just saying you likely aren't seeing that day one. Arc. I think what we're all trying to say here is that he's not going to start day one. He has to prove himself, and we do think that he will prove himself. And then Arc said Huerter is just decent. Yep. D-Town 101 said, yeah, Huerter is solid as fuck on defense and shooting. Yeah, you guys keep saying he's a really good defender, so I'll have to... I didn't know he was like that on defense. I knew he was a really good shooter. So hopefully we give him some minutes this year, guys. North End 6 said, if Yuka can play with Duncan 6'7". Yeah, Duncan 6'7", Cade 6'8". Why not? Arc said Cade is 6'6". I don't know. It's always back and forth between the 6'6" and 6'8" thing, guys. I mean, let's just say Cade's... I mean, with the afro, he's 6'8", okay? Aaron said, yeah, I'm equally fine keeping or trading Duncan. I only want to trade him if it's a package for a guy like MPJ. Agreed, Aaron. Me and you are on the same page. Keep Duncan, but if you can get something out of him, then trade him. Solo Ace said, I'm going Isaiah Joe over Duncan Robinson. Agreed, guys. I'm glad that we're all kind of agreeing with that. I think Isaiah Joe just has... he had a better three-point shooting this year. B, he's a better defender. So, why not? Biggs said, we just used our last two-way in Elijah Harkless. He's a baby Asar, straight clamps, lockdown. Yeah, you guys have been talking about him. I'm going to have to go watch him. I have not seen his tape yet. So I'll be on that tonight. Don't worry. We're already almost an hour in. Thank you guys for being here. North End 6 said, that's how I was, but I had to understand that players got to go if we want to win. Shout, Stu. Yeah, agreed. Ark said, Kevin Huerter hasn't shot well for years. He hasn't been what he was when he was in the Atlanta Hawks, yeah. Aaron said Huerter is another guy where I don't see him getting minutes. Point guard, shooting guard stacked, like we talked about, and small forward is Asar and Ron. Huerter isn't playing power forward, so I think he's out of the rotation. Agreed. He's going to be your third stringer. He's really going to get minutes, and it sucks. I think we kind of overpaid him a little bit too. I've been saying I would like to throw him in a trade package, but again, I'd love to see Huerter get minutes too because he is good. North End 6 said, I feel like Huerter wasn't comfortable. Y'all going to see. I think he was hurt. I think he was just hurt. Aaron said Huerter's contract will be important for salary matching later on. I think that's a big reason why they signed him. Okay, good point. North End 6 said I can say Huerter. He gonna give a bump on defense. If he can defend, man, give him some minutes, especially if he can shoot. But if he's not shooting well, Ethan said, yeah, that's bad. Trading Stewart. That's why we had to keep Jalen Duren. Yep, we need a center. Come on. If we get rid of Duren, we're gonna have no one. But I don't think we're getting rid of Duren. Ark said, what I'm saying is that that kid will take that spot in training camp in preseason. Don't see it happening. He just doesn't have the experience yet. If he somehow was able to prove himself, I just don't. Here's the thing, Ark. I don't think training camp and preseason is enough to really show that he can take a day one starting spot on a championship caliber team. I think that he has to prove himself in the season as well. To me, a smart coach would say, you know what, you're really good. We're gonna have you come off the bench for now, and if you prove yourself, or if let's say they're not winning games with the starting lineup, obviously they're gonna shake things up. I doubt that they would start a rookie though. North 10-6 said Duncan for Kevin Durant, my goat. I'm fine with the Kevin Durant thing. I know some people are kind of like, I'm kind of on it, but like, I would not care if we went and got KD. I think he'd be fine. He's a little old, um, but still a really good shooter. I think he'd help this team. And then MPJ as well. Yeah, Detail 101 said we need to put the trade talks on hold till trade deadline low. We are done making any big moves, probably, sadly. Aaron said, I'm confident the reason we overpaid him is for salary matching. We don't have a lot of big contracts to match salaries in trades now with Stewart and LeVert gone. True. North 10-6 said Herder can play shooting guard and small forward. He's 6'7". Yep. Ark said Herder was a good mid-level signing to have tradable contract. That's what I think too, Ark. I think he's just a good mid-level signing. Someone gets hurt, he can step in and play, and he'll be a dog, or you can trade him and get something out of it. Ethan said, yeah, it was a good game with the Detroit Pistons today. Yeah, it was. They battled, man. They were in it. We saw a lot of good players. Aaron said, North End Sig, yeah, he's a shooting guard / small forward, but I don't see him getting minutes over Duncan, Joe, Asar, and Ron. Absolutely not. Unless we trade Ron, which hopefully we don't. North End 6, they all going to play. Asar can play bigger 4 or online. Here, North End Sig, this is what I'll say. I would agree, but look at our lineup right now. Your starting five's no doubt going to be, let's just say it's Isaiah, Joe over Duncan for now. You're going to have Cade, Joe, Asar, John Collins, and then Duren, as long as we re-sign him. So that's your starting five. Your bench is going to be Ibuka, Danis, Duncan. So that's 3 right there. And then you also have Ron Holland and for sure Paul Reed, right? So that doesn't leave. So if you want to put Herder over Ron Holland, then that's fine. But otherwise, Herder's going to be a third stringer. He might get rotated in, but I doubt it. Kali said, I'm really starting to like the idea of going after Peyton Watson. I was looking at that last night, actually. I would not mind that. I like Peyton Watson a lot. If we were to go after him, I would be okay with it. North 10-6 said, I don't think so. Aaron said, yeah, Herder is the backup plan if we trade Holland. That's where I'm at, too. Arc 7 Angel said, a smart coach is going to evaluate and play the best guy. Like I said yesterday, Trajan believes he has an Edgecombe Concanoogle type of day one impact player. Yeah, you're definitely right about that. Honestly, again, if he is able to earn it, like if he goes crazy the rest of summer league, goes crazy in training camp, and he just is making like different like. And I don't know if you guys are Lions fans. I don't know if you guys are, but like if you are and you remember like Malcolm Rodriguez, when we drafted him a few years back, he was a 6th-round rookie, and he came into the Detroit Lions, who weren't a good team at the time, but like he came in and was he ended up starting day one, I'm pretty sure, because he proved himself over the veterans. So it does happen. I'm not saying it won't happen. I just don't see it happening because, again, I think we're going to start Duncan or Joe to have that extra floor spacing and then have Ibuka kind of coming off the bench for that extra scoring. And I just don't know if Ibuka at 6'1" as a 19-year-old rookie would be ideal. Could he start day one? Yes. Do I think he will? I highly doubt it. But yeah, you're definitely right about that, though. If he outperforms everyone and he earns it, then do it. I just don't think they will. We'll see. Ethan said, I'm really sure we can win 3 games to go 3-1. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on really, I mean, honestly, the defense was pretty rough today. Offensively, we were honestly pretty damn good. I just think the defense needs to lock in a little bit. D-Town 101 said trades aren't happening. Y'all are dreaming. I can't disagree with that, D-Town. It's sad to say, but at the same time, I think as Pistons fans, we do have to dream a little bit to keep our sanity. Arc 7 Angel said, he was talking to North End Sig, and he said, Holland is likely getting backup 4 minutes. You're saying backup power forward minutes. Yeah, He is. That's where I'm at too. Backup lineup is going to be Holland at the 4, Paul Reed at the 5 as of right now. Norton Sig going crazy. He said y'all overlooking that he was on the team. You just want me to be wrong. So Green's not getting minutes either. Like, can we gonna be an actual team? I fuck with the squad. No, Green's not getting much minutes. That's why we signed him for like a $4 million deal. He's going to get minutes again. Like, I don't know if you remember last year, he would come in, especially in the regular season. But like in a big game in the playoffs, he's not gonna play. I wish he would though, because he's a fucking dog. Arc Seven Angel said at Norton Sig, it's called a difference of opinion. Say what you will stand on it and move on like every man should. Damn right, Arc. Solo Ace said why it seemed like Detroit can't ever get a solid Rasheed Wallace type of power forward in the draft. Yeah, I feel like honestly, like when you look at like the past few drafts, there really hasn't been like a true Rasheed Wallace kind of guy. But I was hoping I was low key hoping we'd go after like a Terrace Reed. Um, but honestly, like my top target was like Cam Carr and like Bennett Sturts. Um, but overall, I really do like Ibuka. I'm excited for him. Detail 101 said our biggest flaw right now is we don't have the size to compete with some juggernaut playoff teams. It's been our issue for years, guys. I mean, I hope Yenso can get some minutes because he could definitely fix that. If we're going up against a team like the Cavs, you could have him off the bench for defensive purposes. But our size is a bit of an issue, guys. Aaron said we still have assets to trade and can match like 30 million or more in contracts, like with Duncan, Ron, Harris, Jenkins, Prince, and picks. I think a trade is more likely though after Collins and Herter. And then Aaron also said, because they can be traded, maybe. North End Sig said, you see how you can, how can you say that about Green? Why not Herter? You're saying like, why am I saying because Javonte Green's a dog? Well, I've seen Javonte Green. To me, I didn't see Kevin Herter come out last year and ball for the Pistons. Javonte Green would come in and he'd make an impact. Kevin Herter did have one or two nice games, but again, he was hurt most of the year. We didn't have him very long. I have to see him actually go out and perform. Kali said there's nobody like Sheed. Absolutely. There really isn't, is there? And then North End 6 said, because I love to debate, why not? I got a strong opinion. Troy said he agrees with Kali. Yeah, you guys are all bringing up very good points. Great stream so far, guys. We're already over an hour in. I was only planning on going to midnight, but honestly, we've been so caught up in some of these chats, honestly, that I don't even know. But great stream so far, guys. We'll go to at least midnight. Maybe push it past. We usually do. But yeah. Ethan said, yeah, I don't think Detroit Pistons getting the championship for the Summer League. It's going to be a bummer, but we're ready to make it. We can make it to the summer playoff. Hopefully we can. I think we'd still make the playoff. Will we? Probably not now. But either way, it's not the end of the world, but obviously I would have loved to have seen us go out and perform at a high level because that just shows how much depth we would have. North 10-6 said, you ain't getting what I'm saying. Well, let me know what you're saying. Herter just got a new deal more than Green. Yeah, he did. But again, we kind of talked about that. Aaron kind of said something about that earlier. Herter, again, I think could get more minutes than Green, but I have yet to see him perform. So, Arc 7 Angel said, I'd rather see some of the players we signed, see if they can be anything instead of Isaac Jones playing. He was already first team All G League and proved he can be at least a two-way guy. Wow, good point. That's what I was thinking earlier too. Here's what I think, Arc. I think more than likely we'll end up probably not playing Isaac Jones much more. Maybe he plays one more game. I think more than likely we'll probably, because again, like you just said, he was all G League, like already proved himself. He's older than these guys. Like he's already been proven. I 100% agree, and he played 30 minutes today. So that's kind of where I'm at too, and I agree with you for sure. I'm definitely with you. So more than likely, he will probably not play the full summer league. We'll see some of those other guys play. North End Sig said, but Karras gone now, so I'm strong on him getting sunburn. Yeah, Karras is, I don't know. He didn't do much for us last year anyway, but he had a good playoff run. Arc 7 said because Herter's 27, Green's 34. I didn't know Javante Green was 34. Wow. Ethan said, yeah, I'm really sure Detroit Pistons can win the NBA Cup 2026. Let's do it. Yeah, I agree. I think our group looks pretty winnable. We'll talk about that maybe in a future stream. Um, but yeah, I mean, today we're really just talking about the Summer League, so. Oh, but yeah, let me know what else you guys are thinking. Like I said, I'll probably go to about midnight tonight. Sadly, I'm not going to be able to. Yeah, I don't think I'll be on tomorrow or Saturday. I think Sunday night I might, just because there is a summer league game. So I'm planning on being here, be streaming Sunday night. We'll see though. Um, North End Sig said, but Karras was getting minutes, and my point is Herter getting some minutes. Well, the thing is, North End Sig, um, yeah, Karras was getting a lot of minutes, but again, look who we replaced him with. We just replaced him with Abuka. We also got Isaiah Joe, um, and Danis Jenkins also, popped up out of nowhere. So again, that's the thing. Troy said still feels like we're too young to win a chip. I could be wrong, but I feel like we need more vets. I think you're right, Troy. I think we just need one more vet. Like, you have a couple vets on the team: Javante, Paul Reed, Herter, Cade's. Honestly, I mean, he's a vet now. Darren's about there now. Now that he's done with his rookie contract, but I think we could use one more, like 30-year-old that could, we could consider an actual vet. I'd agree. I'd agree with that. Um, Detail 101 said, "This is Trajan Langdon's year to truly analyze what we have done in what we have in our squad this season. That's why he's making smaller building block moves right now, and then take that shot on the big move come deadline." I agree with that. That's a good point. I mean, we were the 1 seed last year with the team we had, and again, the Eastern Conference was pretty weak. So yeah, I agree though. Maybe just wait and see what happens this season, and if we are not looking great, make a move at deadline. If we're looking good, maybe keep it the way it is. We'll see. Ethan said, "Yeah, I mess up. It's me. Let's do it. Let's do it, Detroit Pistons. Let's hope we can do it in the NBA Cup. Absolutely." North End 6 at bet. Arc7 Angel said, at Ethan, let's do the Pistons. A Motor City went up with some of the guys in your chat. Yeah, man. I think Ethan might have had a bit of a spelling mistake there. It's okay, though. Um, let's do the Detroit Pistons. Oh, gosh. Troy said D-Town. He said that last year, trade deadline, he was we're gonna be patient. I'm done with that. Cade could win a chip now if we had a team. Yeah, Cade's been able to win a chip for the last 2 years now. Ever since ever since his fourth season, I'd say. He's good enough. He's one of the best players in the league. So, then Ark said he's messing with you. Ark's got jokes, bro. Kali said, I actually like the Levert trade. We got off his contract, saved about $8 million, and then finally have a backup power forward who can shoot the three. Let's go ahead and talk about that trade. We'll move on from the summer league for a little bit, guys. I wanted to hear Kali's opinion on that because he wasn't in here last night. D-Town 101 said, Troy, the chips just don't fall last year. Who's to say that he didn't try to make a move? He still think he's invested into that plan. Good point. We'll go down to this trade, though. I want to hear. I know some of you were in here last night. There's also a couple of guys that weren't. What do you guys think about this trade, this Caris LeVert trade? Obviously, you guys probably heard. Wrong thing. You guys probably heard we traded Marcus Sasser. He's going to the Mavericks. We give up Caris LeVert as well. He's going to the Bucks. And then also we give up 2 second-round picks. And then in return, we got Taurean Prince, Gary Harris. What do we think about that, guys? Arc7 Angel said, at D-Town, the analyst was this past season, which is why Trajan has decided to add around his core as opposed to breaking it up. Yeah, it's true. Troy said, D-Town, it's not that we got unlucky. Trajan screwed us at the deadline and added nothing. We were a 1 seed. Yeah, I mean, when you're a one seed, sometimes you just play it safe and just say, you know what, we already have a good enough team. Let's not just get rid of that. But he could have added something, and we knew going into the playoffs that we were a struggling 3-point shooting team, and we didn't make any move at the deadline. So, yep. Troy said we traded for backups, pretty relevant stuff. Yeah, we got like Kevin Herter. I think we traded Ivy and then got Kevin Herter, and that was it. Yeah, I mean, you guys can criticize Trajan Langdon for not making a move at the deadline. I'd agree with you because again, I think that when it comes down to being a GM, you have to understand like, okay, this team's good. We're a one seed, but we're missing something, right? Like as a GM, you got to watch the games and be like, yeah, we could definitely use one more shooter. And he didn't make any moves, and we paid the price. Kali said Prince is a bit older, but still a solid player. Shoots 44% from three. Damn right. 44% three shooter can't hurt to have. D-Town 101 said Prince is legit. Yes, I think we can all agree that Prince is probably a player worth keeping. Gary Harris to me is just like a, I don't know. He's just a vet. Like he's a good locker room guy to have. Good vet, good defender, pretty decent scorer, but like he's not going to play much. He really does not have a spot on this team. That's why I think we might trade him, but we'll see. Kali also said LeVert didn't bring much to the table for what we were paying him. No, he did not. I like LeVert a lot as a veteran, but he did not give us enough for what we were paying him, like you said. And I wouldn't say like when we first signed him, I didn't think it was an overpay because again, he's a really good backup player, but like I just think that like he did not provide enough for us. Ethan said, yes, it's been a year. It's been 20 years. I was born in 2003. Still not. Glad I'm so happy to be Detroit Pistons. So glad that Detroit Pistons made the playoffs. Yeah, definitely was. This past year is probably my favorite NBA season of all time, no doubt. The year before that was my favorite as well. But like, yeah, like I've been a Detroit fan for pretty much my whole life. Like, I think that when it comes down to it, like this past year was the most fun I've ever had being able to watch the Detroit Pistons play. Arc 7 Angel is a green, I believe, with I'm guessing with the LeVert stuff. But yeah, let me know what else you guys are thinking. We got 11:15 p.m. We got about 45 minutes left at least. We might go past if we got some good conversations going towards the end. Troy said Prince and Harris are both bum backups. Yeah, I kind of agree too. That's kind of why I wasn't a huge fan of this trade. But like, I think honestly, Prince could be a pretty good guy to come off the bench. We already have a ton of shooting, so there's not much room for him. But just to have him, I mean, he's a cheap player. You're barely paying him, so you can just have him. You can just have him as like your third stringer. Like, and if someone goes down, like a Isaiah Joe or Duncan, then he steps up and he's right there. Harris to me was kind of like, like not paying him much. Good veteran guy to have. Decent role player. Like he can do a few things for you if you need him to. If someone gets hurt, but like yeah, he's not much. Neither one of these guys are going to play much. But I hope Prince does get a bit of a chance because I really like his shooting. But again, he only averaged 1.5 attempts per game last year. So T-Town 101 said Troy go watch some baseball. Damn. I mean, hey, don't disrespect Troy too much because I don't fully disagree, but I also would say I wouldn't say they're bum backups. I think they're good backups, or at least Prince is. Troy's laughing. Kali said Prince is the backup power forward. How tall is he, Kali? How tall is he? 6'8", or is he like 6? I'm guessing he's like 6'8". 6'8" ain't bad. But again, I honestly probably don't see him getting minutes over Ron Holland, but maybe. If you want shooting, then yeah. I mean, he'll rotate in, no doubt. He'll get minutes this year, kind of like what Javante was getting last year, probably. But like, yeah, like he'll get minutes. I'm seeing a bunch of hundreds. I'm guessing that's Kali telling me that he is 6'8". Troy said these dudes were good like 10 years ago. I'd rather play Gale over both of them. Yeah, I'd like to see Gale on a two-way, but I don't think we can have him on a two-way because I think we took up all of our two-way contract spots. But yeah, I like Gale a lot, but I think I would rather probably have Prince again, like Cully said, as a backup power forward. I like Prince a lot. I think he was a good pickup, especially for us being a team that struggled from threes last year. Is he going to play a lot? No, but like I wouldn't consider him a bum. I mean, Gary Harris, that's fair. He's probably never going to play, but still a good vet to have. And for Prince, I mean, not really a guy that's going to play a ton, but still a good vet to have and a really good shooter, so I can't be mad at that. Kali said he's 6'7" in shoes, but solid enough to play power forward in today's game. Well, yeah, I mean, look at his stature. He looks pretty big too. Like you've seen, like even Asar Thompson, he can play power forward, and he's I think 6'7" as well. So I don't know how athletic. I mean, I've seen Prince play before. Like I know kind of how he plays, but like I didn't know he was a power forward. I thought he was more of like a 3 or a 2 because he's an elite shooter. But yeah, I don't think. I mean, we're probably gonna stick with Ron. I mean, Ron. I mean, it's gonna probably have to play backup for. I mean, unless you want this guy, and then you. But then again, then Ron has no spot on the bench unless you want to have Dennis Jenkins as your third stringer or Abuka as your third stringer. Which that me saying that's probably gonna piss Ark off a lot because I think we all can agree Abuka is pretty damn good. Should not be a third stringer. So I don't know. It just kind of depends. I don't think Prince will play too much. Kali says a 3/4. Okay. So he'll get minutes. He'll play a little bit, but it's not going to be anything crazy. Again, I mean, we traded Karis LeVert and Marcus Sasser. Marcus Sasser never played. So Gary Harris is going to take that role, and he's an actual veteran who can fill in when we need. And then obviously, like for Prince, he's more. I'd say he could be better than what Karis LeVert was. I mean, Karis LeVert was a good role player, but he didn't really do much for us. So, but yeah, if you guys are in here right now, though, thank you guys so much for being here. I've had a lot of good chats tonight. Please hit that like button if you have not already. It helps me out, helps get it out to more people as well. That's kind of just how YouTube works. But yeah, if you haven't, please do. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet either, and you feel like it, please do because we're getting close to 1,000 subscribers. And like I said, not planning on doing any streams probably till Sunday. Yeah, probably I'll probably do one Sunday night just because there's a summer league game. So, but yeah, we'll go for at least another 40 minutes if you guys want. If the chat slows down though and we kind of lose interest, then we'll probably end it early. But we've had some really good combos tonight, so I don't see that happening. Kali said, I see a lot of competition in practice on this team, which is good. They will have to really fight for playing time. Yeah, there's like you just said, like there's so many good players on this team. Like we're really going to be dealing with pretty damn like a lot of just good role players this coming season. Like you're going to have Cade as your star, Asar as your star, and then Duran hopefully resigns. But like those are going to be your star guys. Outside of that, you're just looking at a bunch of really good role players, and that's fine. Most good teams have 3-star players and then a bunch of good role players. And to me, we have enough good role players like John Collins, Duncan, Isaiah Joe, Abuka. So Ethan said, yes, I will not get Demonis Sabonis. I would say no, thank you. Agreed. I mean, if we were to trade Darren, then like he'd probably be who I'd take. Probably the most realistic option, unless we could get MPJ for him, maybe. But then again, we'd have really no true center. So, but yeah, I agree. Troy said, "Is our offseason done?" That's what people are saying. Honestly, Troy, I'm gonna say yes. I think we might be. The thing is that we do have a lot of players on this team. Like I went through it and we got like, I mean, if you include the two-way players, you got like over 20. But like right now, I'll just name everyone off the top of my head. If I forget anyone, let me know. You got Cade, Duncan, Asar, John Collins, Duran. Not technically yet, but he'll be on the team. So Duran, that's 5. Then your next 5, you have Abuka, Danis, Isaiah Joe, Ron Holland, Paul Reed. Then your next 5 are going to be Kevin Herter, Javante Green, Tolu Smith, Anyanso, the rookie. I said Javante. I said Herter, Chaz Lanier. Um, is Isaac Jones on a two-way? I forget. Then we also got these two guys. That's 18, or 17, I guess. Isaac Jones 18 if he is on a two-way. And we also signed someone to a two-way today. That's like 19 right there. I think I'm forgetting somebody. I always forget one player. I would say this offseason is probably done though. Could we make a move and get rid of like guys like Gary Harris and like maybe trade like a Duncan for something? I mean, I don't think we'll get rid of Duncan. Could we move Gary Harris and like a Kevin Herter? Yes, but I don't see it happening. I think we're done, guys. If I had to make a prediction, I'd say we're probably done. I don't think we're making any big moves. I think what we'll do is we'll go into the season, see how it goes. By trade deadline, hopefully, if it's not going well or if we notice we need something, we'll make a trade. Kali said, yeah, they say Trajan is done. Kind of disappointing. I think so, too. I would have loved to have seen one more good shot creator on this team. Norton Sig said Prince is a good backup four. Great trade. Saved like 7 mil. Yeah, he's a good backup four. 3 or 4. I hope he gets some minutes this year because I think he deserves it. D-Town 101 said, yes, the offseason is done, bro. Other than Duren's contract. Yep, Duren will be the only other move we probably make. Norton 6 said Karras was 14 million. They were like 6 million together. Yeah, these two are like 6 mil together. So we saved a lot of money on 2 players too. Plus Sasser, I think, was taking up close to 5 million. Detail 101 said, oh wait, I missed Ethan. Ethan said, yeah, I want to say we can get Kevin Durant. Some people say no, you can't get him. Yeah, I would like to see him or like KD or Trey Murphy, Tyler Hero, any of those three. MPJ, I would love it. I would be so happy, but I don't see it happening, guys. D-Town 101 said, if we make a big trade, you can come here and dunk on me. Bet that, D-Town. Norton 6 said, who is the vet in the room? I think Harris was a great move. A little. Sasser was 5. Okay. Yeah. The vets, Cade, Javante, Paul Reed, John Collins. I mean, I guess you don't have to consider Duren one yet. Duncan. It just depends on what you consider a vet. Do you consider a vet someone that's been playing for past their rookie contract, or do you consider someone a vet to be 28 or over? D-Town 101 said Javante Green or Cade are the vets. Oh, yep. And then Norton 6 that's here, I already read that. Norton 6 said, I was thinking PJ Washington, but guess we're good, or they wanted too much. Yeah, only thing I have against PJ Washington, I really like him as a player. I would have loved to have had him as either a backup 4 or starting 4. His contract isn't very good. That's the one thing. Ethan said Duren take a long time to sign. Yeah, he's taking way too long for my liking. Kind of worries me a little bit. But I guess we'll see. I mean, it all just comes down to whether or not, like, again, we kind of control what Duren does. But if Duren's sitting here saying, I'm not playing for you guys next year if you re-sign me. If you don't trade me, then I'm just going to like sit out every game. Yeah, I don't think Duren's gonna do that. I think he's just kind of being stingy after we traded his best friend Isaiah Stewart. We'll see. We'll see what happens with it. All right. What else are you guys thinking? Anything else you guys want to talk about? I did want to quick mention, I know we talked about Corey a ton today. I did also want to mention I was pretty impressed with Anyanso too. His defense was felt the whole game when he was in. Like to see him get a little bit more opportunities, play a little bit more, but overall I thought that his defense was really solid. I think that we definitely got a stud defender out of him, good rebounder. Hoping to see him get some more opportunities. Detail 101 agreeing with Ethan. Ethan said, I hate it when it takes this long, yeah, it's just kind of stressful. North 10-6 said, I can see us making another move. I'm like 55, 45, 55% no. Yeah, I'd say I'm like, as of right now, I'm about 70% sure we're not going to make another move. And I'm about 90% sure we won't make a big move. I don't know. It sucks to say that. I was pretty confident we would for a while, but at this point, um, most of the best players that we could go get are gone, and B, just trade bus is just dying down. North 10-6 said facts. Kali said, actually found out that Trajan really lowballed Duran with a $25 million offer. That's pretty disrespectful. Wow. If that's true, Kali, what the hell is, I mean, 25 mil, yeah, maybe if, like, he wasn't an all NBA and fucking all-star player this year, but, like, the dude was an all-star and all NBA this year. I don't care what you say. Like, you have to give that man at least 30 million. I mean, again, I don't understand how you can sit there and, I mean, if he wasn't all NBA and all star, then I'd say 25 mil is fine. He deserves 30 to 35 mil, no doubt. Like somewhere in between there. I wouldn't say over 40 million, but like I'd go up to 40 if that is like how we can keep him. North 10 Sig said, "You gonna bring the U and gonna fear him." Yeah, he looks like a menace out there. He's a dog. D10 101 said, "Not smart. Little Duran isn't worth more than that." I think being all NBA and and an all star, I think he is worth more than that. Player wise, though, I mean, I would say yeah, I'd agree, 25 million. But being all NBA all star, you got to give him at least 30 million. That's my opinion. Kali said, they pretty much told Duran you really sucked in the playoffs. What do you expect? Yeah, that's fair too. He really was a no show in the playoffs. So that's fair to kind of lowball him. But again, I'd say that the original offer should have been like 30 million. Like take it or leave it. You know, we respect what you've done for us. You're a young, talented center, and we need you on this team with Cade. We'll give you 30 million. Like that's what would have been my offer. Doomsday, what's going on, man? Good to see you back. He said, I know it's Summer League, but nice seeing Homeboy go off. Absolutely. Absolutely, Doomsday. And how about them Tigers, man? How about them Tigers? They've been playing better. North 10-6 said a trade or free agent. My free agent, I'm not really sure what you're saying there. Kali said, they said, go find a team out there that's who will give you what you're asking. We can talk. Duran's like, fuck you, I'm out. Yeah, and I'm sure Duran probably did find a couple teams that are willing to give him over $30 million. So I don't know. I don't know. Trajan, I respect the like kind of authority of saying what even though you made All NBA and All Star team, like you performed like dog shit in the playoffs. So we're not going to pay you as much. But and then Duran's probably sitting there like I gave you guys a great season, All NBA, All Star, and you're going to offer me 25 million? Hell no. North 10-6 said, who's still in free agents you like? DeMar DeRozan, I would love to have. I think he'd be a really good second scoring option next to Cade, who can create from anywhere and is a good defender. So I wouldn't mind that. I'm trying to think of all the free agent names out there. Name a few that you like, North 10-6. I'll give you my opinion. Ethan said, yeah, I'm so happy. One Detroit team. Even I get to watch the preseason in the season 60 games. We won 60 games at home. So, oh, you're saying you got to watch us win 60 games? Yeah, it was a fun year, man. Winning 60 games. I mean, I would have never expected that coming into the season, to be honest. Detail 101 said, dude can't rebound. Had one post move, can't shoot. Got the ball stolen from him constantly. He's definitely replaceable. Are you talking about Onyenso? Let me know, D-Town. Are you talking about Onyenso? Offensively, he's very incapable. He needs to develop his offense a lot more, but he can get rebounds. He's just, I don't know. He needs to, he can be better at it, I think, for being his size, but his defense is just what I think we need him for. We need that kind of defense. And his defense looks better than most players, I'd say. Troy said Tigers should buy at the deadline. We need to go all in for last year of Scooble. Yeah, we need to make one big move. And again, Detroit sports are known for not making moves. If the Tigers are serious about making the playoffs this year and competing for a World Series like me and you talked about last night, they need to make a big move. They need to go all in and just say, you know what? We got a good young team. We're gonna go all in, give it a big shot this year. And if it doesn't work out, then we still have these young guys to build off of. Kali said Trajan knew no team was going to offer him anything. Duran had no options. Yeah, I think the Lakers looked at him and then they said, no, we're going to go get Walker Kessler, who's actually a really good defender. Detail 101 said 10, 9, hold on. 10, 9, and 2. Does that sound like an all-star? That was his playoff stats. Sure doesn't to me. He got exposed. I don't care how good he played in the regular season. And by the way, I absolutely loved Duran. Good point, D-Town. Yeah, he was terrible in the playoffs. Like I was so disappointed in him, the way he played and the way he is going about this whole contract thing. He was terrible. And playoffs are way more. I'll say this: the 14 playoff games we played were 10 times more important than any of the 82 regular season games we played. So you can take that all star shit, shove it up his ass because he didn't show up in the playoffs. I love Darren too, and I want to keep him. But again, if you're gonna ask for 40 plus mil, or 40 million, or like a huge contract, whatever, you're talking about Darren. My bad. D-Town 101 also said, dude, gaining way too much weight. Only thing he's good at is plugging holes and blocking shots. Yeah, he did gain a bit of weight. He needs to stay athletic for those lobs. But yeah, Arc 7 Angel said, what got exposed? Our team building. It's a good point. It's a good point. Can't disagree there. I think our team building really was what mostly got exposed was our bad shooting, and then also just the fact that I think Duran was just, I don't know if he was hurt or what, but I think one of the biggest things is what we did not make a move at the deadline, and we should have. Detail 101 said cap. Whew. Whew. We got 11:35. All right. Already 11:35, man. These streams go by fast. Good stream so far, guys. Thank you guys for being here. We got a good 30 minutes left in us, I'd say, if we keep these conversations going. I mean, really the only topics I have for you guys are obviously the Summer League stuff, which we talked about that a lot already. So, I mean, we'll probably, if you guys want to talk any more about the rookies, though, let me know. Jalen Duran, kind of talking about him right now. We talked about the trades. So, if there's anything else that you guys want to talk about, we talked about DeMar a little bit too. We've basically gone through everything. So, if there's anything else that you guys want to talk about, we'll finish up here in the next 30 minutes. And you guys can kind of give me whatever you guys are thinking. But great stream so far, guys. I appreciate you guys I mean, it really does, like, genuinely, I probably say it a lot, but, like, it genuinely does mean the world to me that you guys are in here, like, coming in. Like, I've seen, I mean, almost every single one of you guys that are in here right now, I've seen multiple nights. I appreciate you guys so much for that. So thank you guys for being here. Great stream, and we'll keep going for the next 30 minutes. Detail 101 said, how much did Walker Kessler get from the Lakers? It was a lot. Let me look. I don't know the exact number. A 4-year, 130 million. So only 32.5 million. That's actually less. I thought it was 40 million. And to me, Darren doesn't really deserve much more than what Walker Kessler got. Does he deserve? Is he a better player than Walker Kessler? Offensively, probably. Defensively, no. Rebounding, pretty similar. So it should be a pretty similar deal to Walker Kessler. Like, it should be 30 to 35 million. What else we got? North End 6 said I wouldn't mind Nick Richards or Draymond or Mason Plumlee. Hear me out. A vet. Hey, I mean, why not, right? Why not go get a vet like that? Draymond would be sick. Probably will never happen. Nick Richards would be nice. And Plumlee, I mean, yeah, he was. Is he on the Spurs still, or is he on? Or am I thinking of? I'm thinking of Kelly Olynyk probably. No, Plumlee's on. Is he on the Hornets? I have no idea. But either way, would be a solid vet to have. If you get him on a cheap deal. Ethan said, "Yeah, I like to listen to my radio on the 97.1." Hell yeah, Ethan. Troy said, "Imagine we got Porzingis at the deadline. It could have helped." Tingus Pingus. I mean, it would have been nice to just have an extra big first of all, and a good vet at that. I mean, there was a lot of names we could have got. I feel like Arc Seven Angel said two teams had the exact same game plan to counter the Pistons. Why we had no spacing. Nobody cared if Tobias got hot for a few games. Cavs and Magic knew how to pack the paint, and that's what they did, right? Because they're big too. The Cavs and the Magic are both of our kryptonites right there, um, because they're so big, and we don't have that many big. Kali said 30 million a year. For I'm assuming either probably Walker Kessler, but Duran as well. Arc Seven Angels said Duran doesn't deserve more than a guy who didn't play. No, he deserves more. I said he deserves more, but I said it should be similar contract because Duran did prove that he was an all-star and all-NBA player. But to me, Walker Kessler is a very good player. He's a good defender and a very good rebounder. So I would say similar contracts. I would say more. Arc. That's what I kind of was thinking. North 10-6 said say he's a free agent. You're gonna look for some more. Sounds good. Troy said at this point we're desperate. We should get the scraps like Kaminga. Kaminga's a player I would love to have. He's a solid player. Kali said Plumlee and Olynyk play for the Spurs. Okay, that's kind of thought. They have Luke Cornett and Wemby too. That's crazy. Arc Seven Angels said the Lakers giving Kessler that much money is the reason. Plinka's one of the worst guys in the league. Kessler is literally, I'm assuming you meant GMs in the league. Kessler is literally the same as Stu, a guy who can't complete a season. Yeah, injury problems. I would say he's better rebounder or defender than what Stu was. Stu was a little bit better offensively, maybe, but Kessler's a solid guy. He just can't stay healthy. D-Town 101 said exactly. Thank you. Kessler also shoots threes, not rebounds him tremendously. Wow, I didn't know he shot threes too. I knew he could. I knew he could step outside and hit them. Yeah. Post wise, Duran's better. Lob threat, Duran's better. Rebounding pretty similar. I mean, you said he rebounds more. I believe it when he's healthy. Shooting wise, Kessler's probably better. Defensively, better as well. I mean, they're very similar. Like you could go either way, really. But I would say I would take Duran a little bit over Kessler. Ethan said, "Yeah, Cade Cunningham was so close to MVP. Yeah, I think this is the year. If he's going to get MVP, it's going to be either this year or, I mean, he could really do it any year, but I think this is going to be this coming season is most likely season because guys, this is my thought. This is my opinion, right? Look at what we just went and got. We got him a bunch of shooters, a bunch of floor spacers. So you're going to add in a guys that can knock down shots. So when he drives in, kicks it out, we're going to have actual shooters. If we get Jalen Duren back, he's going to have his lob threat guy. So he's going to be averaging over 10 assists per game. Obviously, he's going to average 20 plus per game, probably in the likes of 25 a game. And then rebounding wise, he's always averaging 4 to 5 to 6 rebounds per game. And if his defense can continue, his defense is pretty damn good. And then obviously like his shooting's gotten kind of a little bit better too. If he can turn up to like 37 to 40% three shooter this year, if he hits 40% of his threes this year, he's MVP in my eyes. His three shooting is the one thing I think he needs to. If he can consistently hit 37% of his threes, I think he could win MVP this year, guys. Arc Seven Angel said, Arc Seven Angel said at D Town, dumbass take. Kessler's literally shoots 26% in his career. Still better than Duran, but yeah, I mean 26%. I mean honestly, at that point, if you're shooting 26%, you shouldn't be shooting threes. But I would say offensively, like I would take Duran down on the post. Kessler might be able to knock down more shots though, but it's pretty similar. Kali said Kessler is better defensively than Duren and can stretch the floor, but Duren is a physical beast and lob threat. Fits better with Cade. It's exactly where I'm at too. He's a better lob threat, better in the post. But I mean, passing wise, I like Duren's passing ability too when he actually showcases it. I would take Duren over Kessler by a little bit, not much, but a little bit. And I think he fits better for us too. Duren does. Detail 101 said that's better than Duren, who's the dumb now. Ethan said is it going to work the same thing about the USA Star game for 2027? Are you talking about the All Star game, Ethan? Yeah, Cade will be on that for sure if he stays healthy. Ark said again, how does a guy who shoots 26% stretch the floor? Well, Ark, it's not just about shooting, right? Like it also matters about just where he is in the court. Like if he can actually space the floor, Duren's not going to be sitting out by the 3-point line ever. He never will be. He's always going to be in the paint. That's what we mean by floor spacing. Floor spacing means like he can go anywhere around the court and like actually help out. Not just like, oh, he's a 40% three shooter. That means he's a good floor spacer. No, he's always clogging the paint. He's a paint clogger. Whereas Kessler can go outside and kind of be a threat out there. So he's definitely a better floor spacer than Duren. But yeah, no, 26% is pretty bad. Troy said Cade threes were super impressive in the playoffs. It looked like he took a huge leap. He was shooting like almost 60%. I mean, dude, that's why I'm saying like if he can just stay consistent going in the beginning of next season, he could be shooting over 40% from three, guys. Norton 6 said Watford or Sochan. Ooh, Sochan would be nice. Good defender. Watford would be solid too. Arc7 Angel said at Motor City, some of the guys in your chat are sped. I mean, I disagree with you there. I think everyone has had some really good points. I agree. I think everyone's been really, really good today with their takes. So I agree with. I think everyone's had good takes and good points that I've agreed with on at least with some respect. So I think everyone's done a good job tonight. Kali said, "Calm down." Yeah, I mean, Ark's very passionate, guys. I'll say that. I appreciate that, Ark. You definitely had a lot of good points too. But yeah, definitely don't disrespect anyone in here because obviously everyone is just saying their opinion, and I agree with mostly what everyone's saying. Norton 6 said I got Cade with 12 assists per game, and I got all the other guards with 3.3 and an up average. Yes, 12 assists per game could be very likely. I like that Norton Sig. What would be your? I would say like 25, 12, and 6 maybe 5 rebounds, and shooting splits around. I don't know, anywhere from 37 to 40. I think he'll be. D10 said, "Listen, all I'm trying to say is we can't pay Duren more than Kessler got paid. I think we can pay Duren more. I think if anything, like the Kessler signing shows us where Duren's contract should be because they're two similar players. So should we pay him a lot more? No, but like should it be a little bit more? I mean, yeah, he was an All-Star, All-NBA player. Did he show up in the playoffs? No, but still, I mean, you're gonna probably give him 35 mil. But I would agree, D-Town. I think that Kessler contract kind of gave us a insight of where Duren should be. Arc70 said, dude, if you have a non-shooter standing outside of the paint, that's bad coaching. Kessler is not a floor spacer at all. Well, no. I mean, if you have a player who, like Cade Cunningham, who is going to go ISO one-on-one to the basket, and you have Duren standing in the paint with his defender, then Cade's going to have to finish through contact, or he's going to get blocked, or he's going to turn the ball over. So, no, I mean, yes. I mean, if you have a really shitty shooter out there, but even like Asar Thompson, right? It can still help because Asar Thompson can also, pump fake, take it, whatever. You want to have good floor spacing when you have guys like Cade Cunningham on the court. So, but yeah, I agree. I mean, if you have a really bad shooter, it's not really spacing the floor much. But he still is better than Duren at floor spacing because he can knock down the threes. It's just not consistent yet. Ethan said, I hope it's going to look for the same thing. All-Star game, USA star will be the Phoenix Suns. It'll be in Phoenix, I'm assuming you're saying, for the All-Star game. Okay. Ark said, I said what I said. Shit. Kali said, say less. Hell yeah. Ark said, when does Duren just stand in the paint? On Cade, he's the roll man. Well, yeah, most of it's pick and roll. But again, if Cade's got the ball and he's going like what I was saying is if Cade's got the ball and he's doing an ISO, or he's just taking it on his guy, Duren's going to be down in the paint, and that can help Cade because he's going to have his lob threat, and that's what Duren's job is, right? He's a lob threat. Um, and that's I'm not and again, Ark, I'm not saying that Walker Kessler is better than Duren. And I'm not saying he'd be a better fit for us. No, he would not. Duren is a lob threat for Cade. That's what we need him for. So he should be clogging the paint. But the disagreement I have is that Walker Kessler is a better floor spacer because he can go outside too, whereas Duren's always going to be in the paint. And that's where we want Duren. We want Duren in the paint so it can help Cade. If Cade gets double teamed, he can pass it to Duren. Duren can dunk it. That's how they roll. It's the pick and roll. 100% agree though. But again, if he's on ISO, then yeah, I mean Duren might be clogging the paint. But again, that's fine because that's what he's supposed to be doing. Kali said there should be a constant motion. I agree with that. Wow, it's already 11:48. It's crazy, man. Great stream so far, guys. Again, if you're in here and you haven't already, which I'm assuming most of you probably have, please do hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button. We are very close to 1,000 subscribers. We'll keep going here for at least another 10 minutes, probably, I'd say 15. Troy said, I'm excited for Collins, but I'm going to miss Toby a lot. Yes. Collins, I'm very excited for. I was super excited about that signing. A guy who I've been wanting on this team for years. I don't know why I still have DeMar DeRozan on here, by the way. We'll go back to the summer league stuff. Yes, I really am excited for Collins. He is a lob threat, a better defender than Tobias, a little bit of a better shooter, not quite as good of a shot creator, but yes, I'm very excited. I think he's gonna fit so well. He's gonna be like back when he was with Trae Young on the Atlanta Hawks, and he was a very good player there. But I'm gonna miss Tobias a lot too. I wanted to keep him as a bench guy so badly. Kali said that's where Collins will help us out as an additional lob threat. Yes, very true, Kali. Good point. Ark said spacing is not just shooting. Duren and Asar provide vertical spacing. Good point. They provide vertical spacing because of their cuts, their pick and roll game, and just like obviously Asar's athleticism. So yes, but actual like floor spacing for like if Cade's doing an ISO, that's kind of what I was saying. But yes, no, I'd take Duren and his lob threat all day over Walker Kessler. Norton6 said, I agree, but if Cade wants the MVP, he's got to go for about 20 to 30 points per game, 12 assists and 4 rebounds, 38% from 3. And I'm going to go 2.5 turnovers per game. He averaged 3.7. It's probably going to be around 3 turnovers per game. I'll disagree, though. I'll say I think that he only needs to average 25 or 26 per game to win MVP. Nah. I'd say if he wants to for sure win MVP, 28 and 12 will get it, as long as we're a top 3 seed. And you look at who's been winning the last 2 years, it's been Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is always on the 1 seed. So Cade, I think Cade finished either 4th or 5th in voting this year. So again, like obviously you're gonna have Jokic averaging like 25, 10, and 10. But if Cade really does want MVP, yeah, he's gonna have to average, I'd say 25 plus for sure. Probably close to 11, 12 assists, at least over 10 assists, 5 or 6 rebounds maybe, and then shoot 37, 38% from 3. So yeah, we'll see. Norton 6 that John Collins going to be great. Absolutely. I'm so excited for that guy. That's probably one of the players I'm looking forward to most this season, is seeing how well he fits with us and if he is a true upgrade from Tobias, which I think he is. Arc7 Angel said, now that we have some wing players with an actual pulse, Cade, Asar, and Duren should thrive. Yes. Yes, now that we have good floor spacers like Isaiah Joe, and now Prince as well. Like, yeah, we're gonna have a definitely different looking team this year when it comes to offense, guys. Like, our offense should be really good this year. Ethan said, do you think we should put Duncan Robinson at the 3-point contest? Yes, actually, that'd be kind of cool. If he has a good year this year, he'll probably get invited. You could throw Isaiah Joe in there too, maybe. But it just depends on if they want to compete in it. Norton 6 said, I'm going to ask you what you got him averaging, then I'm going to go. Well, I'm going to already type it. John Collins with 16 to 17 with 6 to 7 rebounds. So if you're asking for my John Collins predictions, I'm gonna agree with that. I'm gonna go 17 and 6 this year. Could be a little bit more. It could be like 15 and 6. I'm gonna go 17 and 6. 5 to 10 posters. Yeah, I'll go at least five minimum. My full stats for John Collins, I'll go 17 and 6, like 3 assists per game. Um, Shooting wise, I'll go just over 40% from three. I'll go 51% from the field with like a turnover or two per game. D-Town 101 said, I honestly hope he earns the starting power forward job. Yeah, he should. He should, D-Town. More than likely, I would be surprised unless we went and signed somebody else. I'd be surprised if John Collins is not our starter. He deserves it. He's a proven player, and he got stuck on a pretty bad situation with the Clippers, where he still averaged like 13 and 6. So I think he's going to be phenomenal with us, and he's going to be a lot more active offensively, and he'll probably get 6 to 7 rebounds. Yeah. Ethan said Duran was supposed to be the dunk contest. Yeah, I know. I wonder what happened with that. If it was just like, I forgot if he was like injured or not. John Arc7 Angel said John Collins 16 and 8. I like that. I went a little lower on the rebounds because I think with Duran there, like he'll probably take up 11 or 12 rebounds per game. But honestly, I mean, Asar is going to probably get 5 or 6. Cade might get 5. Whoever the shooting guard isn't going to get much. But like, yeah, Collins is going to get anywhere from 6 to 8, I'd say. I like that though. 16 points per game for sure. 8 rebounds per game would be nice. Troy said, if our offseason is done, this is a disaster offseason. I disagree to some extent, Troy. I think that we've filled what we needed with shooting. We needed shooters, and we got too many of them almost now, which you can't have too many shooters. So our defense is still there. We are missing Isaiah Stewart defensively, but again, Paul Reed's a good defender too. I think people forget that dude was like absolutely like stuffing Jared Allen and Evan Mobley this playoffs. He's a good defender. And Stewart, I mean, he'll be missed, but yeah, he was definitely a better defender and an enforcer. One of the best rim protectors in the league. I'd say top 3. But I would say this offseason isn't a disaster. Is not a disaster. I'd say it's been successful in terms of finding our shooters, but unsuccessful in terms of finding another star alongside of Cade. So it's been, I'd say, just an average, like an above average offseason. Like it was pretty good. Detail 101 said, Cade, Duncan, Asar, Collins, Duran. That's a pretty scary looking squad if you ask me. Yeah, and you can throw Isaiah Joe in there too. Plus you add Abuka off the bench with Danis, Ron Holland, who's an absolute energizer, Paul Reed, who we all know is B-ball Paul. Absolute dog. This is a pretty good team. Like I think we'll be similar. Might only win like 50 games, but we'll see. I think it's enough to compete though. But yeah, I think it's looking solid. And if everyone stays healthy, I think we could win it all for sure. I wouldn't say like I would expect it, kind of like this past season, but we'll see how the season goes if we look legit or not. Arc7 Angels said they didn't pay him $51 million to come off the bench. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I did think they might try and go after somebody else and like maybe have Collins come off the bench if they wanted like a starter to start over him. But yeah. Arc7 Angels said Duran got hurt, is why he didn't compete. That's what I thought. Thank you for that. North 10-6 said Collins is really going to eat when he's running on the floor. Yeah, could you imagine a fast break? Guys, imagine a fast break consisting of Cade Cunningham, Asar Thompson, John Collins, and Jalen Duran. Like, that is a terrifying fast break for any opponent because you have Cade who could just destroy you in any way. You have John Collins who could dunk on you, Jalen Duran who can dunk on you, with that long-ass stride, too. And then you also have Asar Thompson, who's an athletic freak who can finish at the rim. That's a scary-looking fast break team right there. And we were a pretty good fast break team last year, too. North 10-6 said he can get blocks like Duran, or I'm tripping. Yeah, he can. He doesn't really get much, but he gets about the same as Duran. Yes, he's a pretty good. He's athletic. So, and then North 10-6 also said facts. B-ball Paul. That's for sure. Yeah. Troy said Cavs, Heat, Magic, Sixers, Knicks are all better than us now. Wouldn't be surprised if we're a 6 seed if this is all we do. I could see us being a 6 seed, but I will say I think we have a better team than the Cavs. I'd say we're about even with the Heat. I think we have a better team than. But obviously with Bam and Giannis down low, it's going to be scary. But I don't think the Heat are built for the playoffs because they don't have enough. Like they have good role players, but I just don't think it's enough. Sixers, yes, they're better than us. Magic, I think we're just barely above them. Knicks, yeah, that's fair. But we had our way with them last year. I think we could have gave them a run for their money in the playoffs this year. I would say for my prediction, it was like a 3 seed. I could see us being a 4 seed though, maybe a 5, at worst a 6. I think I'm going to go with 3 seed though with the current team we have right now. If everyone stays healthy and season goes as I think it will, probably be a 3 seed. North End 6, they got B-Ball Paul averaging 10. Nice. I like that. I'd say 8 to 10 with like 6 rebounds per game. Ark said Collins isn't a shot blocker. However, he's a solid positional defender. Yes, that's kind of what I was saying. He's a better defender than what Tobias was. Troy said our lineup is essentially the same. We're just running it back with the same thing that clearly didn't work. Agreed, but also, again, Troy, we did upgrade shooting a ton, right? Because you replaced Tobias with John Collins, and then you replaced essentially Isaiah Stewart with B-Ball Paul. So you're really not losing much there. And then you also went out and you got guys like Isaiah Joe. You went out and got Ibuka Corey, and you upgraded shooting wise. You got Tareem Prince. I'm probably forgetting somebody too. John Collins too is a better 3 shooter than Tobias. So you went out and you got a bunch of shooters, and I think that was enough for me to trust this process. But I still think we could have used one more star player, not all-star player, but just good stud player. North End 6 said, I'm saying how Duran get block off the back end. He's got bunnies. Yeah, he do, man. He better not keep gaining weight, though. Ethan said, I love Paul Reed. He needs more minutes for the season. Ethan, yes. Paul Reed is one of my favorite players on this team. He deserved so much better last year. And I get we had Isaiah Stewart, but like Paul Reed outperformed everyone in the playoffs. He was one of our best players. And he needs to get minutes this year because he's a fucking dog. Troy said Pacers and Raptors might be better than us too. We might miss the playoffs altogether. This is what we're doing. It depends if the Raptors trade with Kawhi Leonard goes through. But even at that, I don't think the Raptors are better than us. Pacers, I don't think they could be better than us, but I don't think they will be. North End 6 said, how is the Knicks better than us? They lost Mitchell Robinson. Well, they replaced him with they replaced him with Andre Drummond, so. The Knicks kind of just stayed the same. They didn't really get better or worse. And they won the finals this past year. They're going to probably be a top 3 to top 5 seed this year again. North End 6 said the Magic lost Wagner. Yeah, but outside of that, they didn't make any moves. And honestly, Mo Wagner really didn't contribute too much to them. North End 6 said Cavs still ain't got Harden. Yeah, I think that he'll resign though. If the Cavs get LeBron, then yeah, that's fucking wraps. Honestly, either way, though, I don't think the Cavs are. I mean, they could, but they made the conference finals this year and they beat us. North End 6 also said they still ain't better than the squad. Arc78 said Mo Wagner didn't even play. Yeah, he's a good vet, though. North End 6 said, and I just remember Dean Wade was their defender who was guarding Cade. Yeah, and he went to the Sixers, so Sixers are going to be fucking insane. Like, we will probably get destroyed by the Sixers, honestly. There's a lot of teams. The East just has all these tall-ass teams, like the Heat, the Magic, the Sixers. Those are like the main 3. I swear I just saw someone say. The Heat didn't get any better. Did I miss it or I don't know. Let's keep going. D-Town 101 said Troy on paper, yeah, they definitely look better, but Detroit got that grit. Troy said Collins is a lob threat. He's a break even with Tobias at shooting. Pretty fair. So basically, we just added Isaiah Joe, solved all our shooting issues. I don't think so. Ibuka as well. Tareem Prince as well. Those are, Isaiah Joe and Tareem Prince are over 40% 3 shooters. Collins is a better 3 shooter than Tobias and about the same player-wise. So, yes, we did upgrade there. And then I'm also missing someone else, I think. I mean, Gary Harris ain't going to play much, but and plus, you've got B-Ball Paul who can hit threes now. Pretty similar to Isaiah Stewart, not a great 3 shooter. And then you also have Ron Holland who's going to develop a 3 shot, hopefully more. Asar might. Duran probably won't, but we'll see. I think we're going to be a better three shooting team next year, and that's what we needed. We could have beat anyone this year if we had better three shooting. So I think we upgraded. Again, I wouldn't say it's a huge upgrade from last year's roster at all. It's very similar roster, just a little bit better shooting. I think that's going to help us a lot. Ethan said, "Man, we could put b-ball ball in the summer league." Yeah. Again, I always think that fucking. I always think that he's like 30 years old or 32, but he's only like 27. Arcs of Angel said a 42-year-old LeBron isn't helping the Cavs win. Uh, well, I would agree, but I'll also say I disagree because the Cavs do need a three right now. Um, James Harden's not to me a good player. Donovan Mitchell's good, but he's not good enough to get the job done. Mobley's pretty mid. He's a good defender though, and Allen, I mean, he's just Jared Allen's just a center, right? He's nothing crazy. So yeah, if you throw LeBron on that team, that's a good enough team to win it all. Will they win it all? I doubt it. Um, but I think he'll help the Cavs because I think they could use one more three. Norton Six, so you're telling me Draymond or Andre Drummond's better than Robinson? You're forgetting Cade Duncan on Drummond. I'd say Drummond's very similar to Mitchell Robinson. I'd say they're very two similar level players. Detail 101 said, don't forget about Herder and Javante Green. Yes, good shooters there too. And Herder was technically on the team last year, but only for a little bit. Good shooter. And then Javante Green was like a 38 to 40% three shooter for us this year. Very good shooter. So we have a lot of shooters this year. We should almost everyone on the team can shoot outside of like Ron, who we will see improvements from. He was shooting very good towards the end of the year. Asar, I hope develops something, and Darren might as well. So those are like the only three that aren't real shooters. And Corey's looking pretty good too. If he can hit like 37%. Kali, yeah, but that's a good point, Detail. I agree. That's for sure. Kali said the Grit was traded to Memphis. Yep. Yep. We miss you, Isaiah Stewart. Arc Daniel said also, as I said yesterday, the Sixers are flawed. They have no bench and no actual point guard play. It's a good point. I still think that they're good enough to win it all, obviously, and we'll probably have a really good regular season. But yes, they their bench isn't looking too good, but they do have LeBaron, who as a rookie I doubt he'll be like that good, but they do have Anthony Simons. Outside of that, though, they really don't have much on the bench. So yeah, gotta have a good bench to win it all. North 10-6 said Knicks had the same team from last year. We lost due to injury, but we ain't get to play them. Yep. It's a huge upgrade on offense and defense. Yes. Defensively, I think we're basically the same as last year. We really didn't lose anything. As long as we have a Star Thompson, we're going to be a good defensive team. Offensively, we definitely got better. Troy said the Sixers have 3 ISO scorers who can drop 30 a game. But we have seen that in the past, Troy. Like, you look at the Brooklyn Nets, they had 3 ISO scorers. That didn't. I guess they only played 11 games together, and they made the conference finals, and they were a KD shoe size being smaller away from probably making it to the finals. But yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think the Sixers have a really good team, though. Those 3 guys, plus you add in Edgecombe, who's an absolute dog. Dean Wade, great defender. Like, that's going to be a tough team to beat. Arc 7 Angels said, Troy, you proved my point. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, again, like I said, the 3 ISO scores can work. You saw it work with the Nets for a year. It doesn't always work, though, especially when you have injury-prone players. North 10-6 said more athletic young players, shooting better, just better. Yes. North 10-6 said, get it off that 15 million, then 5 million, then 14 million. Like, he's really cooking. Yeah, getting off those 15 million contract, $14 million contract, and the 5 million. Yes. We saved a lot in cap, so we can sign a SAR next year. He's definitely cooking. D-Town 101 said our grit is Asar, Ron, and Javante Green. Yeah, B-Ball Paul's got some grit too. Don't count him out, guys. Yeah, those are our grit guys right there. But Stu was the definition of grit, though. Troy said only thing good about this, we need regress. When we regress a ton next year, maybe we'll force Trajan to make a big trade at the deadline. Yeah, if we do regress, yeah, we'll have to. So we'll see. North 10-6 said people main focus is number 2. Yeah, that's true. And then Ethan said, yeah, I'm ready to see the next game for the summer game. Yes, absolutely. Coming up Sunday. North 106 said Trajan just called upgrading without breaking the core for real. Yeah, we didn't have to get rid of anyone really outside of Stu, who I'd consider part of the core. Tobias too, but I mean, again, we kind of upgraded. I mean, we didn't upgrade from Stu, but we replaced him, and then with someone that's pretty good with B-ball Paul, and then for Tobias, we upgraded a little bit, I'd say. Troy said, "Arc, the Sixers have no point guard play. They have a two-time All-Star point guard who's 25. Yeah, Tyrese Maxey's a dog. Don't count him out. Um, I like Tyrese Maxey a lot. He's a good shooter, good passer. But again, a lot of ISO ball. So we'll see how it works. But I think honestly, it'll probably be. I think it'll work out for them as long as they stay healthy. I think they'll be really good this year. Same thing with the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets would have never got hurt when they had KD, Kyrie, and James Harden. They could have won it all that year. Ethan said, "Yeah, I think it's going to be 50-50 for Detroit Pistons game 2. Yeah, that you got 50%. Yeah, I'd say it's going to be I'd give them a 60% chance of winning. I hope we win, Obviously it would suck to like lose a bunch of summer league games, but I mean again, it's the summer league, it doesn't matter too much. North 106 said Stu was but Stu also got a lot of fouls. Yes, he did. Uganda stay out of foul trouble. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, Uganda honestly, dude. Like again, if we play those bigger teams, I could see us competing a lot better if we give you. I could see us just giving Uganda some more minutes. So I would really like that. It'd be good. Detail 101 said try. They got Maxi and Simons who are gonna be running, who are good at running point. Yes. Troy said we have one ISO scorer. There's a reason Kate has turnover problems. He gets double teamed every time. Troy, that's what I've been saying is we needed one more. We need one more shot creator on this team. I'm sure you've heard me say that many times by now. I think Abuka can do it, but we don't have another shot creator, right? It's just a bunch of shooters. That's what I've been saying. We need one more shot creator. So good point, Troy. I've been saying like if we could just get one more guy that can create their own shot rather than just having Cade play ISO ball half the game. Yeah, we need one more scorer. And then Troy also said, you need guys who can get ISO bucket in playoff time. Tobias was our second ISO scorer. It was embarrassing, and I love Tobias. Yeah, good point, Troy. We're on the same page there. And then Troy also said he agrees with D-Town. D-Town 101 said that is true. I think we are all hoping Asar, Ron, or someone can fill that second spot to help Kate out this year. Ron could do it for sure. Ron definitely. And Asar can attack the basket, but again, he's just not a good enough shooter to really consider him that level of player. North End Sig said, just try and get what I'm about to say. All right, let's see what we got, North End Sig. It is 12. Holy fuck, it's 12:10. All right, guys, we'll go. We'll keep going, though. It's fine. We're having too many good conversations right now. I can't end stream, so once the conversation stop, though, I'll probably head out of here. But just keep going. You guys are cooking right now. This might be one of the most interactive chats I've ever had. Like I can't even scroll up to the top of this. Oh, there we go. But yeah, guys, it is 12:10. Probably go at least another 5 minutes here. Finish up these conversations. Like I said, tomorrow night, no stream. Saturday night, no stream. But Sunday night, I will be here. If you guys can attend, I'll probably start at about 10 p.m. like I normally do. So if you guys are interested, please do join up on Sunday at 10 p.m. And we'll talk about that summer league game and any other news we get, NBA, Detroit Pistons related, whatever. D-Town 101 said, remember Asar been training with Lethal Shooter this summer? I'm sure, yeah, I think I said that last night. Yeah, Lethal Shooter reached out to him and Amen Thompson. And yes, he is one of the, I'd say probably the best shooting coach that I know of. So yes, I am super excited about that. If Asar can knock down 33% of his threes, which is one out of, one third, one out of every three, that's what we need to see. That's all I want to see. That'd be perfect, guys. So we'll see. I appreciate that. I definitely agree. D-Town 101 said, good chat, y'all. Absolutely. If you're headed out, D-Town, have a good night, man. Like I said, I'll probably get out of here in the next 5-10 minutes. But we'll see. If we get another good conversation flowing, then yeah, I'll probably stay a little bit longer. But appreciate you being here, D-Town. Hope to see you again Sunday as well. I hope to see all you guys Sunday. You guys are awesome. Seriously, I enjoy so much talking with you guys. Kali said, subscribe to Motor City Sportscast to be notified on our next live stream and be a part of the conversation. Absolutely. If you guys are in here right now, appreciate you so much. Please hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified for the next stream, like I said, I usually start about 10 p.m. on any given night, usually weekdays. But definitely hit that tap that notification bell, because that'll let you know whenever my stream starts. And if you guys want to be a part of these conversations, then yeah. Ark said, "See you Sunday. Good stream. Absolutely, Ark. Appreciate you being here, man. A lot of fun conversations with you tonight, and a lot of good points, man. I'm glad that me and you were both agreeing on pretty much everything. We came to an agreement on everything, and also obviously love talking about the rookie tonight with you. D-Town 101 said, have a good night, y'all. Peace, D-Town. Appreciate you for being here, man. Like I said, if you guys haven't already, please do hit that like button and subscribe if you are not already. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers. But yes, thank you guys for being here. But yeah, if you guys got anything else for me, like I said, if you guys got anything else for me, if you guys are headed out, have a good night. Appreciate you guys for being here. Like I said, I'll see you guys again Sunday. But yes, thank you guys again. I appreciate you all so much. Kali said, peace, fam. Absolutely. If you're saying that you're headed out, Kali, man, have a good night. Like I said, I'll probably head out here in the next few minutes. Ethan said, do we need Michael Porter Jr.? He's 6'10". We talked about him earlier. Yes. I think that MPJ would still be a great fit here. Why not? Why not go get another guy who can shoot from anywhere and create, and a decent defender as well? Troy said, Ethan, yes. Yeah, I'm down. Kali said, what's on your mind sports-wise? For me personally, Kali, I think that oh wait, first before I even answer that, Art just said I'll post your content on my podcast for pay. Man, I appreciate that. Ark, I appreciate that. I'm gonna get you modded in here so I can remember you, because you've been in here a lot. You've been one of my top chatters. Appreciate you for being here, Ark. That means a lot to me, man. You know, I'm trying to get this. Obviously, I've talked about this before. I used to make tons of YouTube videos, and I stopped for a while. But I just started back up, and I started streaming a lot better than making YouTube videos, honestly. So, appreciate it. Kali said, what's on your mind sports-wise, though? I'm going to answer that. Honestly, really, I mean, I don't know. If you guys follow World Cup at all, that's really the only thing I've been watching. Obviously, I watch a little bit of Tigers, but the only thing sports-wise really has just been obviously the NBA stuff, World Cup. There's been nothing NFL-wise. I'm obviously waiting. We're only like a month away from preseason, so I'm pretty excited for that. And then NBA season's only like 3 months away. So yeah, I mean, sports-wise, really just been kind of kicking it with the Detroit Pistons off-season news. That's really it. I just think as of right now, the NBA has just kind of been what I've been talking about for most of my streams, because A, that's what you guys really like to talk about, and B, that's really the only big news we've been getting that's, super interesting. So Troy said Tigers swept the A's. Let's keep winning. Yeah, another sweep that was much needed as well. And I'm assuming, I don't know what we are on the standings now after that. I'm sure we're probably similar to what we were last night. But if the Tigers can keep it up, guys, I really do think that they're a competitor this year and like a championship contender. Do I think they'll win it all? Maybe not. I think we still need to go all in and get some guys. But the Tigers, to me, are really looking good. Ethan said, yeah, I want to get him right now. That's what it's talking about. Yeah, again, I don't think we're trading for anyone, Ethan. I think, sadly, this offseason is pretty much over for moves. But MPJ would be like a dream come true. But we've been wanting him for a while. And also, obviously, guys like Tyler Hero, Trey Murphy, KD, those would all be big names I would love to get to. North End 6 said his phone died. Glad you're back, man. But yeah, like I said, we'll probably wrap up here in the next few minutes. Oh, Troy said McGregor's back fighting tomorrow. Yes, I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm excited for that too. I have actually gotten into UFC and just like fights a lot more as of lately, like UFC, MMA, like just shit like that. Like I've been getting into a lot more. I never was a huge fan of it, but like Definitely have over the last year grown into it a little bit more. Like I don't really have much ball knowledge when it comes to it, but like definitely exciting to see if whether or not he can. Because I mean, this is the first time back in what, like a while. North 10 6 said I was still watching off my TV. Oh, so you're probably watching off the TV but doing the chats on the phone. Got you. Damn, bro. North 10 6 a real one, bro. He's watching on the big screen. That's a real one right there, dude. What a guy. Troy said if this offseason is over, we need to fire Trajan soon. I disagree because I think we need to see how the season goes first, Troy. I think first things first, see how the season goes. If we end up being like a 6 seed or worse, then yes, you can fire Trajan Langdon. If we don't make any big other moves, if we don't go get somebody else and address the needs, yes. But I think right now we were just a 1 seed. He went and got us some shooters. I say see how the season goes first, and then we can decide whether or not. Ethan said, "Can we get him at trade deadline?" Yeah, we might wait till trade deadline, Ethan. We might. More than that's what I'm saying. As I think more than likely, what we're gonna do, Ethan, is we're gonna go into the season with the team we have, see how it goes, and if it's not going well by trade deadline, we'll make a move. North End 6 said, "Yeah, I am. Facts, real support. Yeah, for real, for real. That's real support right there." North End 6 said, "Why is we firing him?" Well, yeah, I think Troy's just upset that we didn't really address, sorry, I think he's just upset that we didn't really go and get like one more true scorer next to Cade, like a real shot creator, which I agree. I was disappointed in that as well, but I don't think that he's worth firing because I still think that he did upgrade some parts of our offense. Troy said we are going to regress for sure. I don't see another 60-win season. I don't see us winning 60 games either. I'd say our ceiling's like 56. I mean, could we win 60 games? Yeah. I mean, honestly, our team's looking good, but the East is going to be pretty stacked next year. And also, I think that I could see us being a 6 seed, but I could also see us being like a 3 seed. So, North Sig said he got us a coach and a team. Damn right. Why giving up on him so soon? I mean, a lot of these players are from Troy Weaver, but again, he did do quite a few good free agent moves. He did a couple bad ones I didn't like. I didn't like getting rid of Tobias. I didn't like getting rid of Isaiah Stewart. But again, I like I like his vision with the elite defense, and then now getting all these elite shooters too. So I'm all in on Trajan still, but I wouldn't say he's on thin ice for me yet, but he's going to be on very thin ice for me if we go into the season and we're not big enough or we're not doing good enough, rotation. I mean, rotation would be JB's fault, but like if we just don't look good enough this season because we don't have the gel, then yes. But I wouldn't say he's on thin ice for me quite yet. But by like the end of October, he could be if we come out really flat this fucking season. North End 6 said, y'all got to watch his interviews. Yeah, I see his vision. I have confidence in him. I just don't know for sure if he's the guy. Because, again, we were a 1 seed this year, but then again, how much of that was from him? Not sure. A lot of that was from JB and Cade. So we'll see. I just think that if this season goes well, we'll be fine. North End 6 said, y'all forget we play with aggressive, so I believe we're going to be number 1, number 2. Fair. I think we could be a top 3 seed. Like OKC, yep. Troy said North End hasn't drafted good at all. Didn't do anything at trade deadline. Yeah, those are two things I'll always kind of be with you on, is that trade deadline was definitely a mistake, and then drafting's been pretty rough too. To be fair, though, the first draft that he had was a really bad year. Like the 2024 draft was terrible, and he honestly got a really good player in Ron Holland out of it. I'd like to see him obviously play more, but could have had what's the kid on the Bulls name? But again, I like Ron. And then outside of that, you have what was his next draft? His next draft was just Chaz Lanier, and then this year, I think so far it's looking good with Ibuka. So we'll see how he turns out, though. But yeah, his drafts haven't been great. His trade deadline issues, yes. But overall, free agent wise, I think I see his vision. I think it will be all right. Ethan said, yeah, I think the Detroit Pistons going hard for the next season, 2026, when the season start. Yeah, if we can start out strong, then I'll have a lot of confidence. We started out strong last year, and look what it ended up doing. So we'll see. I think we'll be fine. Kali said they got rid of Stu to clear money under the cap, make a big move, and they didn't make a big move. Yes, I was confused about that too. We cleared him, we cleared Karras, and then we also got rid of like guys like Sasser. Like I don't really know what that whole idea was. North End Sig said if we give the 76ers too much credit, the ball going to be around over there. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of ISOs, right? It's going to be a lot of one-way scores. But again, if you have a lot of scores on one team, and then honestly their defense is pretty good with Dean Wade, Joel Embiid, VJ Edgecombe, even Jaylen Brown's like a really elite defensive player too. I think they have a good team. Now, are they deep enough to win it all? I don't know, but I still think that they are a very good team. North 10-6 says, so I see what Trajan going. Young, smart shooters and more talent. Yes, I do see his vision too. I trust it, but again, if this season doesn't go as well or we're not as good as what we were, then yes, he could definitely be on thin ice. Ooh, 12:23 in the morning. Appreciate you guys for being here though, for real. If you haven't already, please do hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and you want to be a part of the journey to 1,000 subscribers. But yeah, guys, I'll probably wrap it up here in the next few minutes if that's all right. A lot of talking, man. 2.5 hours of talking is a lot. Might have to start doing like breaks, like an hour in or something like that. Makes me like lightheaded when I talk too much. But obviously, I love talking. That's why I do this. So thank you guys. North End Sig said, like, match our starting five versus them. Okay, so starting five versus them, you have Cade versus Tyrese Maxey. Pretty close, but obviously Cade's going to take that all day. At the 2, you have Jaylen Brown and Duncan Robinson. Jaylen Brown blows that out of the park. At the 3, you have VJ Edgecombe versus Asar. Asar's going to take that defensively, but Edgecombe's going to take that offensively. At the 4, you have Dean Wade versus John Collins. Pretty similar. I honestly take John Collins, but Dean Wade's a better defender. And Joel Embiid versus Jalen Duren, Joel Embiid. And then bench-wise, I'll take our bench. But again, starting 5, the Sixers definitely could take that. Troy said, Sig, we have one player to their 3. Bro, the Magic are better than us. I don't think the Magic are better than us. I think they're very similar. Like, to me, you look at the Magic, like, they just have a bunch of mid-tier guards and then Paolo Banchero, and that's really it. They're very tall. I mean, Franz Wagner's a stud, too. Don't get me wrong, but... Norton 6 said it's JB versus Asar. Well, I'll take JB all day over Asar. JB is one of the best players in the league. Almost MVP last year, and as good as Asar is at defense, his offensive incapabilities are what makes me go to JB, because JB is a good defender too. Not quite as good, but way better scorer. And then that would also mean Edgecombe versus our starting 2, and I'll take Edgecombe over any of our starting 2s right now. Troy said Cade out here fighting for his life to carry this team. Yeah, he was in the playoffs. It was evident that that's what it was. You're right, Troy. That's why we needed one more. That's why we needed one more true like shot creator. Ethan said, yeah, I think the Detroit Pistons got to make a noise. Yeah. Norton Sig said, you need a Discord. He gonna lock in. I need a debate. I could do that sometime. Maybe not yet, but yeah. I'll do that in the future for sure. Dealing with the forward. Troy said Bane, Franz, Paulo versus Cade, another 3v1. Oh, I forgot they have Bane too. You're right. I can't leave him out. He wasn't really that good this past year though. But you have, I mean, here's the thing. You have scoring wise, yes, you're right, but defensively we have Asar. Down low we have Duren, who, I mean, I would probably take him over any of their centers. I mean, Paolo Banchero is pretty damn good, but he's more of a power forward. So North 10-6 said, but Troy said we've leaned too far into defensive identity. We need scorers too, yeah, and not just shooters, right, Troy? We need actual scorers, guys who can shoot the ball, or not just shoot the ball, but can score from any given spot on the court, right? And can like have different moves and like different abilities rather than just spot up shooting. Eden said, "Oh yes, missing one more." But yeah, also if you guys do want to like contact me at all, um, North End Six said Ron Holland ain't play for us on defense. Um, First Magic, yeah, true, that's true. He didn't get any minutes in that series, and that pissed me off because Ron Holland's a fucking menace. You watch him play, that dude is a workhorse. I love Ron Holland. But yeah, if you guys want to contact me at all, or like see like just hear more from me outside of just streams, you guys can follow my Twitter. I think we only got a couple in here now. I think most people have probably filtered out, probably heading to bed. Before I do say, North and Six, the defense be offense. Well, yeah, I mean, defensively, defense wins championships, but yeah. Troy said, "Who's our number two scorer?" Now that our number two scorer last year left, Tobias. Well, you have John Collins who can do it. He's a good shot creator, but maybe not quite as good as Tobias. But he's a better shooter. Hopefully Asar grows. Hopefully Ron grows. Hopefully Duran can do a little more and be more aggressive. Outside of that, you have Ibuka, who knows how many minutes he'll get, but he could be an elite scorer. Danis is okay. Isaiah Joe can do it, but he's more of a spot up shooter. Duncan more of a spot up shooter. So yeah, you have guys that can do it, but no true like stud like DeMar DeRozan or like a Jalen Brown kind of a guy. You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I agree. Kali said he's still hanging out. You always are, Kali. That's why you're the GOAT. North End Sig said, disagree or agree? Um, Disagree or agree on what? On defense being better than offense? North End Sig also said, all looking forward. Um, Ethan said, what happened to Malik Beasley? He is going to prison probably. He got indicted on the gambling charges. I don't know if you heard about that, Ethan. North End Six said, I just believe in our guys, so I'm with the Pistons. Hell yeah. Troy said, so Collins is our number two. Yeah, we're screwed. I mean, Tobias was our number two last year. We were the one seed, so it's not honestly that much worse. And plus, we did add Ibuka and we added Isaiah Joe. I think those guys are pretty good scorers too, but I think we'll be all right there. North End Sig said, all looking forward. Troy said, Cade and John Collins now compare those two to other teams' star power. We're not even close. Well, we have a Star Thompson defensively. Most teams don't have a guy like that. We have Jalen Duran for lobs down low, best lob threat in the league, so that's going to help out. Plus, he has good post moves. John Collins is a great shooter, can score. And John Collins, you put John Collins, like if you remember him on the Hawks, he was super good with Trae Young. With a true point guard, he's going to be really good and probably average close to 18 a game. So I would say we'll be all right. But yeah, and Ibuka, hopefully we'll probably give him his opportunities as long as he's good. But yeah, guys, throw down your final chats. Throw down your last thoughts. I'm probably gonna wrap it up here in the next 5 minutes. Went a little over what I wanted to, but that's obviously fine. I don't care because this is what I enjoy doing. But I also don't want to keep you guys up. I don't want to keep myself up too late. Because obviously, it is a Thursday night. But hey, happy Friday! If you guys got Friday off. North End 6 said I feel like Asar's going to be better offensively. It's quiet right now, but watch. I agree. I think he's going to be a little more aggressive next year, North End. I think him and Ron are going to grow a lot offensively. And I think if Duran does re-sign, which he should, I think you're going to see him be a little more aggressive too. I agree. Duran going to up a mid-range. Yep. Duran's going to be more aggressive mid-range, maybe take a couple threes. We'll see. But Asar definitely be more aggressive and score more. And I think Ron will get more opportunities too, and you'll see him be a better shooter. Troy said Collins ain't even an ISO scorer like that. Yeah, he's really not. That's what I was kind of saying earlier was I would give Tobias Harris that edge because you give it to Tobias Harris, he can score. John Collins, He can, but he's more of a cut to the lane lob guy who can shoot and maybe pull up. But like, I mean, yeah. But again, I mean, we were fine last year with that kind of situation, and you added Abuka. Danis can do it. Isaiah Joe can kind of do it too. So plus we have some other guys off the bench that are solid. But yeah, I mean, Cade's really the only true ISO scorer, and honestly, to me, I'd like to have one more. But you don't want to have too much ISO ball. You want to have one true good ISO ball guy, and then a couple other decent ones, and then a bunch of spot up shooters. So yeah, we'll be fine. But I'd like to have obviously one more true ISO scorer that can help out Cade because you don't want to just rely on Cade. But yeah, I agree. We'll see. North 10-6 said Duran going up for mid. Oh, you already read that. Ethan said, I'm so sad for me. Beasley's a good player. Yeah, he fucked up. He did. North 10-6 said Duran from 3, corner. Like, put our guys 5 out. Yeah, I hope if he could develop a 3 ball, kind of like, I mean, look what Isaiah Stewart did in his career. He wasn't great at it, but he developed it and it was solid. Who's missing? Who's in the corners? Like our corner guys are Asar, Duncan, Isaiah Joe, probably Ron Holland. And then you add in like Prince, Abuka, Danis. I mean, Danis more of a point guard, but who on the wings? Yeah. Joe and Collins, yeah. Well, Collins too. Yeah, he'll be on the wing. He can play inside and out. Like he'll be a lob threat down low, but he's also a really good 3 shooter. Because Cade up top. So yeah, you're gonna have Cade up top. Your 2 wing guys are gonna be probably Asar and Isaiah Joe, and then down low you'll have Duran and Collins, and then Collins can also move out and shoot the 3 ball too. Plus you got your bench guys with Duncan. So yeah. I like our roster though. I think it's a good roster. Is it a great roster? No. It could be better. We could have one more good true scorer that can score from anywhere, but I think we're solid. I just say just see how the season goes, and if we need to trade for someone, trade for someone. I'd like to trade for someone right now, like an MPJ or a Tyler Hero, but it probably won't happen. Kali said Prince is a corner guy. Yes, he is. Troy said our starting 5 is Cade, Joe, Asar, Collins, Duran. Yeah, agree. That's my starting 5 as well. And you guys can go to bench guys too. And plus, even like your third stringers are pretty solid too. So it's looking good. But yeah, guys. North End 6 said, I think Asar's in the corner. Yeah, more than likely, but we'll see. But yeah, guys, I'm probably going to get headed out of here. It's pretty late. This is a good stream, though. Thank you guys for being here, man. Like I said, I'll be back Sunday night. So I hope to see you guys back. I really do. Any last thoughts you guys got, though, let me know. And if you guys want to keep conversating in here, go for it. But like I said, if you guys don't follow, the best way to reach out to me outside of YouTube, if you want to reach out to me, just comment on my like most recent like live after it's done, or like my most recent YouTube video. I'll answer. Like I see every comment and like any messages. So if you guys want to reach out to me on there, if you want to follow me on Twitter though too, do that as well. If you guys use Twitter, because I post on there a lot, and you guys can DM me on there, whatever. But just look up Motor City Sports on Twitter and you'll see me. Troy said like we're basically running back the same team that barely beat an 8 seed, that this offseason has been underwhelming. I would disagree a little bit. We added a little more shooters, upgraded a little bit. I'd say maybe not enough as to what we could have, but again, we were a 1 seed last year. You can't upgrade too much. So I would agree, but I'd also say I think that this offseason's been good enough in terms of finding the shooters. It's just going to come down to now. Obviously, is Cade going to be the only ball handler and only true elite scorer on the team? Because we might need one more, so we'll see. North End 6, or Kali said I think Robinson will continue to start. Probably, Kali, I would agree. But I'd like to see Isaiah Joe start. North End 6 said I really want to see Collins and Asar on the pick and roll. Damn right. Ethan said, oh, okay. Hope to see you again Sunday, Ethan. North End 6 said, bet I'll be here on Sunday. What time? 10 p.m. I usually start at 10 p.m. because usually I'm busy throughout the day. So 10 p.m. is kind of like my wind down time. So that's usually when I do it. So 10 p.m. on 10 p.m. on a Sunday. If you guys want to see my next stream. I'll be back 10 p.m. Kali said, see you guys on Sunday after the game. Hell yeah. Hopefully it's a good one. What time do we play, Kali? Do you know? Ethan said, thank you for the talk tonight. Yes, Ethan. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for being back. Good to see you again. North End 6 said I did on Twitter when you posted Pistons. But yeah, I think I seen you. I think I seen you respond to one of my posts that I made. North End 6 said that's game day. Yes, sir. I'll just be going live whenever after the game ends. Or at 13, I'm tripping. No, I think it's Sunday, I'm pretty sure. Let me look at I'll just look at their roster or their schedule here in a sec. So we play Sunday at 4 p.m., Monday at 4 p.m., and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Those are our last 3 summer games. Man, that's quick, man. It's like 1 week and it's over. But yeah, guys, I think that's going to do it for me. Thanks for being here. Like I said, Sunday at 10 p.m. if you guys want to be here. If you guys ever want to reach out to me, just comment on any of my YouTube posts. Follow me on Twitter, whatever. North 6, I'm going to hit you up with some more suggestions. Bet that I need more suggestions. So please, anything you want me to talk about, let me know. But yeah, reach out. But yeah, if you guys want to be, North 6 said if you don't mind, yes, I do not mind at all. That's exactly what I want is people telling me what they want to talk about and suggestions as well. So W Stream, thank you, North 6. Thanks for being here, man. Good to hear from you again, as well as everyone else in here. Appreciate y'all for being here. Like I said, Sunday, 10 p.m., we're going to talk about that Pistons Summer League game, and we're going to get into more detail on that. Hopefully we'll see some more progress from some of those rookies and younger guys. Ethan said, okay, I'll try to be here. Hope to see you. North 6 said, bet it's up. Hell yes. Appreciate you, North 6. But yes, guys, I'm going to head out. Kali, I know you're probably still in here too. Hope you have a good night, man. We'll see you Sunday. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys again on Sunday night. Ethan, yes, I see you Sunday. See you Sunday, bro. Thanks for being here, guys. It means a lot to me. This was fun. Some good chats in there. And like I said, 10 p.m. on Sunday. If you want to reach out to me before that, feel free. North 6 said last one. Let's see what he's got. Kali said peace. Peace, Kali. Have a good night, brother. We'll see you Sunday, hopefully. See what North 6 got. But yeah, guys, once North 6 types, I'm about to be out of here. Where's my others? North 6 said, to be honest, how many spots are left, do you think? Or if you're talking for the Detroit Pistons, none. I would say none. I think that we've got a full roster. I went through it earlier. I named like 19 players, including two-way. Without including two-way, it's like, I think 13 or 14, maybe 15. I could maybe see us signing like 1 or 2 more guys, but with our two-way players, I think it's done. You said you don't think it's many. Yeah. I think our roster is pretty much set. North 6 says, so I'm looking for 2 to 3 players. I think we could still add like a Peyton Watson or someone else, but again, I think we have such a stacked depth lineup right now that like even if we add someone else, like someone else is not going to be getting play time. I just think as of right now, and you already have Javante and Kevin Huerter who are barely, they're going to be fighting for minutes too. And then you got a bunch of really good two-way guys. I think right now we're pretty set in stone. North 6 said bet. All right. That's going to do it for me, though, guys. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being in the live. It means a lot to me. That was a fun chat, a lot of good conversations. I'll be back 10 p.m. on Sunday. If you guys want to join up, be here. Be starting right about at 10 p.m. talking about the game. Oh, you're saying summer league? Yeah, like 2 to 3 players, I'd say then. Troy said we need Kaminga to save our off season, or DeRozan. Yes, either one of those two, Troy. Either one of those two. I'd love Kaminga. You could get him pretty cheap. And then DeRozan would be a dream come true because he would really fit well. He would really fit well next to Cade, I think, and he'd be a good defender. Troy said, "Sebro, have a good one. You too, man. Thanks for the chats, Troy. Appreciate you being here, man. You're a beast. That's some good time." No 10-6 said, "I feel like the player that was already on the team is good." Yeah, yeah. I feel like we have a pretty good roster when it comes to summer league as well as the two-way guys. No 10-6, the new guys got to fight for minutes. Yep. Damn right. Everyone's going to be, especially the rookies, right? Like Ibuka's going to be fighting with Danis. So we'll see. But yeah, that's going to do it for me, though. Like I said, if you guys want to see me again, 10 p.m. On Sunday, we'll be talking about the Summer League game. This was a good chat, though. Thank you guys. Great conversations. And I'll see you guys again Sunday night. And hope you guys have a great weekend. And go Pistons. See you guys soon. Take care. See y'all later. 10 p.m. Sunday. And peace.